guys, and welcome to Shadowrun Corporate Sins. We are here to play Shadowrun for those of my cast who just asked what we're doing and why we're here. In case they forgot, and in case you have forgotten or would like to be reminded, or in fact are new here, welcome to twitch.tv/hyperrpg. We are HyperRPG, a hyperactive, interactive, community-driven channel made for and by you. And tonight we are going to play the Shadowrun tabletop role-playing game, in case you hadn't figured that out already. Not like the Shadowrun video games. I don't actually know what category we are on Twitch right now, and like sometimes it's the video game. Technically not playing that. Shh. All right, let's get started with some announcements. I have exciting ones. First and only, actually, is after this show. Tonight is the premiere of season 2 or volume 2. I don't really know how they're signifying it. Series 2? Let's be British. It's series 2. Vanquished, which is a show based on a comic book. It is a tabletop role-playing game system. It's gonna be great. The cast of season 2 includes Johnny Cruz, Lucio, who plays Lucio in Overwatch. You guys all failed me last week in not getting that voice line, so whatever. It's fine. It's fine. And then there's also Danny and Iffy from Krillin' It Super. Amy Dallin from Future Girl Show, and Daniel Radford from Screen Junkies. So it's gonna be a cool cast of people playing a cool show. So you should stick around after Shadowrun and watch it. That is your next direction, and that I expect you to follow. It's cool all day. All right. Also, after tonight's show, we're going to tell you a little bit more about some of the plans that we have for the Shadowrun metagame, and things that. And they're surprised, even though one of them is on the email chain. So,
I'm not surprised.
Okay.
That was a curiosity.
That was a So if you're interested, you should stick around, and we'll tell you a little bit more about it and reveal key details of changes that will be coming in the next few weeks. It's going to be great.
See, that was surprise.
That's surprise. Yeah, no, you would think. You'd think if I'm involved in anything, it would just be full of murder.
It is.
Might be. I don't know. You'll get to decide. With that, let us introduce our players for this evening.
Hi, I'm Tony Beeman. That's at Tiny Beeman on Twitter and Twitch. I play Cromwell, what is supposedly British, but might not actually be. He is a troll. He's a physical adept who fights unarmed. That means he uses the magical powers granted to him by his mentor spirit, the Bear God, to imbue his fists and entire body with magical abilities such as lightning and knocking down doors. He has been beset in his life by the Red God, who made him an orphan as a child, who's just generally ruined his life, and most recently left him dead along with the rest of MMFEC on the side of a highway waiting for a dock wagon to arrive.
Can I add an asterisk to the end of that?
Asterisk?
Thank you.
Wait.
Oh, that's it. That just means that, like, there is a subnote. I haven't written the subnote yet, but there is one.
Okay, so it's actually a footnote.
No, the asterisk leads to the...
But then you need to
it's a dagger.
provide
It's
what
one of
comes.
those daggers.
Yes. No, wait. Okay, I should not talk anymore.
It's a ding.
It is a ding.
All right. Well,
Hey, members. I'm Janine. I am at Admiral Asma on Twitch and Twitter. And I play Elsie Blackwood, the newly 16-year-old human face of the group, who is the sniper rifle wielder, was the phrase I wanted to say, as well as negotiator and interrogator. She ran away from Boston with her friend Cromwell, away from her terrible Scottish mafia family.
Wait, no.
That's all I got.
Hi. My name is Claudia. And on the Twitch and Twitter, my name is Jackie Dash. JAKIDASH.
ding.
Ding.
Oh my goodness.
That was the sound of a...
I'm scared she'll explode.
That was the timer. And I
Q is amazing.
Q is amazing.
Yeah.
Send some love in the chat.
She's on top of that.
Can I say bad words?
Yeah.
She's on top of that shit, guys. Just baller. And I play Fang, who is a orc who's also cybernetic. So she used to work for As Technology, and then she left that to become a cop, and then she got blown up, so she had to leave that because they thought she was like a cutter, which is a gang member, and so then she went to jail, and now she's out, and she dealt with that, and so, now she just takes part in crime.
And there definitely isn't a supervillain
Nah.
detective that is out to get her.
Ex-detective.
Ex-detective.
You're right, there's
that was
definitely
recently in a
someone
horrific accident that's out to get her.
did not get a car crushed on her, and then Fang decided to spare her life, and then also whispered her real name into her ear before leaving. That was... Who would do that, Fang?
You have to fill in the dingling asterisks now.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I think Cromwell just thinks he was abandoned by MMFEC. Like, really...
I don't think Cromwell thinks he was abandoned by it. In fact, I think he's talking about the Red God abandoned him.
Oh, yeah, that's...
I think the words of, like, oh, Dog Wagon's coming, we just get out of here, we're spoken.
No,
as he lost consciousness.
I did not.
We were
We'll cut to in a moment.
Okay.
Who are
Mordecai
you?
round. Speaking of, my name is Dan Poslins. I'm at Dan Poslins on Twitter, and I play Mordecai, the dwarven mage, who supports the team through his spells and his spirits that he summons to aid them. And Mordecai is probably the oldest member of MMFEC. He comes from the wild regions of Canada, and he... he came to Seattle, where he ran a lot of sort of smaller jobs until he got to know MMFEC and become a part of them. He has a magical lodge out near Snoqualmie Falls that is in a state of disrepair, and he has a kitten named Cornbread. Yep. That's him.
How does your mouth make those noises?
I don't know.
You're very talented.
Thank you. I speak language too.
Meow.
Don't ever do that again.
That's like the dying werecat in that.
We now know why Fang doesn't have an accent.
Yep. Among other reasons. Hi guys, my name is Lauren at Random Tuesday on Twitter, at /random choose on Twitch, and I am your GM for this evening. And as our final announcement, don't forget, if you would like to directly contribute to tonight's game, as well as help support the station, all the tips that you send in, if they are for $10, with a hashtag of one of these characters' names that are on the overlay, that person will be awarded bonus die to allow them to die slightly less
Not at all.
after being abandoned on
Not
the
quite
highway.
enough.
No, there's an asterisk.
Being abandoned on the highway.
Actually, that
And with that, let's remind ourselves of what happened previously on Shadowrun Corporate Sense. MMFEC had been hired by a small corporation called Magitech Enterprises, to rescue a research team of theirs that had been very recently, as of about 2 hours before, about an hour or so, at least before they were contacted, had been kidnapped from the research facilities. So MMFEC, doing some solid investigatory work, found out that one of the members of the research team had been abducted and then essentially replaced while she was out shopping at the local mall in Veronica's diary in Never 22. They figured out that the mage had influenced her into the van, taken her clothes, used a smart wig and all of those fun things to pretend to be her, and then had gone back to the lab, gassed the people in the lab, and had them carried out to a waiting van where these people were held for a brief period of time before a meetup where they were going to be turned over to whatever group was taking them next.
And thus we succeeded in the mission.
And that was the first part of what they were employed to do. So having successfully found where these people were, their next part of their mission was to bring them back. Yeah. So in fact, were great. They found where this van was located, and these Shadowrunners who had taken this research team, they followed the van on 522 and Lake City Way. And they kept following it. Briefly, Mordecai convinced Fang to turn his van around and go back towards their warehouse rather than continuing in. And this was really where things started to separate. Because it is true, they separated.
Yes, we separated.
Can you argue? Nope. Yep.
No.
Yep. I'm correct.
I'm not saying.
Always split the team.
So they split the team. They split the team while one group continued going after this van and the other group went back to where the van had come from. And they realized very quickly that this van was going to a drop-off location. So they watched the handover happen, in which the research team was handed over to heavily armed guards with black helmets and a very armed van. Yes.
They're called the Zorros.
They have now been called the Zorros, which... Explain why.
The main guy who was really cool, who had the what is the thing that you can jump from car to car and it's got like a hook on it?
Grappling magnetic
hook.
grappling hook.
He had a
Magnetic.
scratch across his helmet that was a thief.
Yes. Great. So they watched this research team get handed over to this very highly armed and probably well-trained other group of individuals of unknown origin. And then the group separated and the Shadowrunners went on their merry way. And at this point, Mordecai and Fang realized that there was nothing for them at the base of operations of these Shadowrunners and went to try and catch up with MMFEC as they drove down I-5 and finally made the decision that it probably wasn't going to get any easier for them to try and get these people. So they attacked the van on the highway, moving at highway speeds on I-5. And didn't go...
Adequate.
Great for
I don't
MMFEC.
think it was even
Mordecai
No.
did utilize Sharky's movement power to get Mordecai and Fang there within a combat turn. It was very efficient. They were very fast.
Efficient.
They got there very quickly. And so the whole team was available to fight this incredibly...
Zorros.
the Zorros. The results did not go as MMFEC wanted. And what happened was Cromwell faced off against a strong fire spirit, nearly got caught on fire, and then was thrown off the edge of the van into moving traffic.
Remember what happened to me?
Fang was influenced into believing that she didn't need to be in the fight, and using her newly found movement power, began running away towards her home, where she was going to read a book and take a bath. Elsie was on the back of
fine.
the motorcycle. She was fine.
That's fine.
Mordecai got shot at a few times. Mainframe did a pretty good job of marking the van, but they, however, switched over into manual mode, wiping her marks off, and drove away, leaving a bleeding Cromwell passed out on the streets of I-5, somewhat singed, as Fang realizes a few seconds later that she is leaving the fight.
Well, you said that I had to do how long?
It was 3 turns, and I think you reduced it down to
No, it was
1
5.
or 2.
Then it reduced to 3.
Yeah, it's something like that. So
Yeah.
it was probably at least, we'll say at least 10 seconds or 5 seconds. But at
If
that
it's the
point,
influence spell, it's actually minutes.
is it minutes? I thought it was
for,
combat
if
turns.
For influence spell, it's minutes.
Great. So then it was several minutes later, and at that point, when did Sharky's movement power wear off?
His movement power wouldn't wear off until he left, and we
Okay.
didn't really.
He probably leaves before Fang makes it back because the spirits get into a knockout fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we find ourselves on I-5. We'll kind of briefly
Wow,
paint
we're
the
coming back
scene
here.
Jeez.
before we jump forward in
thank
time.
goodness.
I'm psyched to revisit this.
Sharky, eventually the two spirits more or less destroy each other. The movement power will wear off. Fang will probably find herself, given the speed she was able to move at, pretty far away. Like not
Did
able.
they make it home?
Not quite to home, but you're probably like halfway down. You're probably in like the U district at this point.
That's where I live. Oh, it was north. Never mind.
Yeah, you guys were north, and so then you probably started heading south. Elsie stays with Cromwell until the dock wagon arrives. They come pretty quickly, although they do have to weave through Seattle traffic, and we all know how that goes. They, given the nature of Cromwell's dock wagon contract, convince Knight Errant to not arrest anyone, and they take Cromwell away to medical facilities and pass it off as just a terrible car accident that happened. So no one is subject to investigation by Knight Errant forces.
Mostly
Fang
adequate.
will at some point realize that she probably should not be there, or needs to be somewhere else. And Mordecai, I don't think you ever went berserk, but you
No.
left on the power of your movement as well.
Yeah, I could have just gotten into Mainframe's van as well.
I think you did.
Okay, you got. I think yes,
was-
you got into Mainframe's van, and so the two of you probably drive back south to Seattle. So
I was riddled with bullets.
you were. So you might also make your way to some sort of medical facility, which in your case, I don't know if it's a doctor or a veterinarian.
Well, I could just heal myself.
Or you go heal yourself. Well, fine then. So Mordecai pulls bullets out of himself. Heals
I don't
him.
think it's the first time.
Heals himself. And yeah, we'll cut forward a little bit after MMFEC gather themselves. Cromwell will spend a fair amount of time in the hospital unconscious, being treated on First Hill because they do have one of the best trauma centers in the United States and excellent facilities for dealing with metahuman physiology. Elsie, while Cromwell's in the hospital, is there anything in particular you're gonna do, or just stay there with him?
He's gonna be there long.
He's probably gonna be at least unconscious for a couple of days. We'll
Right.
Keep him unconscious.
So I'll visit him, and then I'll spend the rest of my time prepping the house for his return.
Okay.
Just making sure everything's ready to go, and yeah.
Fang? Mordecai, anything you guys do in particular in the first couple of days?
No, I think I would try to be there a lot as well. Eventually, I'll get your car from off the side of the freeway.
Oh, thanks.
I
That's right,
assume,
you guys just pulled over
We
and
pulled
left it
over
there.
into like a parking lot.
I assume that like I have a key.
The car got towed.
Oh, it wasn't a party
What?
ride.
I thought we pulled off onto
No
like
one
an
tows
exit.
Van Hell Shark.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely
we like
don't.
pulled.
Whatever. We figure that out.
You get it back.
I go to the
You
I
pay a
go to
small
my
fine.
boxing place a lot to deal with stuff.
Box off some steam.
Call my brother. Just dealing with someone in the hospital is really hard.
Your Ramat will, he'll be somewhat, sympathetic and be like, yeah, it's really tough when someone you know and love is in the hospital.
Yeah, I'm gonna apologize to him for like I was in the hospital for a long time and I don't know if I ever said thank you for being supportive and it must have been hard and realizing that now, growing up. Well, because he's an older brother. He knows. Is he still in the dark room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He'll also, you're not 100% sure if he's doing it because he's hiding something or he's just trolling you as your older brother.
Oh.
He's gonna ask you, like, how did things go with Grace Castillo?
It didn't. She hit me in the face with a barbell.
What did you do? What did you do?
I asked her a question and she was rude and it wasn't fair because I was like, and then I kind of threatened her and I kind of did some jackass thing. So, you know that Grace is a dwarf, right?
Yes.
Dwarfs really don't like it when you get to their level and then make fun of them for it.
What?
I'm pretty sure if I was in technology, there would be like
Clearly,
HR.
you need to go to some sort of sensitivity training.
Yeah, but I'm not in technology anymore.
Okay, I'm just gonna make sure that you didn't get into too much trouble.
But she's doing some weird stuff.
I didn't hear that.
Have you heard about Prince
Nope,
at all?
I'm not hearing any of this.
Look, you can't.
I'm not hearing any of this.
I don't. Oh gosh. Can I roll a memory test because I forgot what the name of the evil dragon cult is?
It's called the Hand of Dusk.
Good, thank you. The Hand of Dust is hanging out there.
I'm not. He hangs up. You can
I
see
sent
some
him
of the family resemblance between them.
I sent him a tweet. Wait, no.
You sent him a public tweet. Have you heard of the Hand of Dusk?
Hey, be careful of the Hand of Dust.
Nice.
Smiley face, but I do like a line with like one of these things, so it looks like a fang.
Yeah. I really hope you do. Do you do that?
No,
do you send it to
Hashtag
me?
hand of dust.
Hashtag HOD. And then I just spend time boxing, sometimes sleeping, sometimes hanging out at your house a lot.
Okay.
Does Mordecai do anything in particular?
Yeah, Mordecai is pretty shell-shocked by the event, so he's going to go study for a while with the Shasta shamans. He also gets contracted for a side job. Do we want to?
We can talk about it now,
Sure.
or we'll have. It's probably about 2 days before Cromwell's going to wake up, so we can jump to Cromwell's waking
Well,
up.
this
unless it
wasn't a
happens in those 2 days.
very long job for him. but there was a corp interested in obtaining technology that Ares might have been developing, experimental technology that might be useful in fighting a dragon. And so, with the assistance of a decker named Knight of the Red, Mordecai was sent to that facility. There was, however, in the contract, a very peculiar mention of supplies that could be obtained, which I don't know if when hiring him they realized that included he could borrow a deck if he wanted to. So Mordecai actually borrowed 2 Fairlight Excaliburs, which are the very expensive decks.
He borrowed 2 of them.
He borrowed 2. Well, he has 2 hands. So
I really hope that's how he explained it to the requisitions.
well, yes, as a matter of fact. But there weren't any particular constraints on it, and he figured, why not? It'd be good to try decking. So he met up with this other decker, Knight of the Red, and they went to the location. I don't know if Knight of the Red was informed that he was a mage and not a decker, but in any case, basically Mordecai went and took his decks and submerged his consciousness into the Matrix.
Uh-huh.
And
How did he do that?
well, he started banging on the decks. I don't know exactly how it all works. Anyway, about three city blocks lost power. So the 2 of them were able to actually just pretty much waltz in there and get the technology because nobody was really sure what was going on with the blackout. So I think the blackout was actually a happy coincidence.
Probably.
But anyway, the run was a success.
Did you hand back the 2 bricked decks?
Bricked. He had to. They were rentals.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
They weren't bricked though. They were fine.
Sure.
They worked great.
Yep. Probably.
Why wouldn't they?
So Mordecai goes on a small adventure while waiting. Is that how Mordecai processes anxiety and impatience?
decking?
By doing stuff. I was trying to be kind. By trying new things, maybe.
Well, he's never been very good at processing his emotions, so
Really?
he's yeah. This might be
Wow.
spoilers if you're new.
Is anyone in MMFEC good at processing emotions?
It's a good question. Some are probably better than others, but Mordecai, he's been trying new stuff. He joined up with the Shasta shamans, and they've been trying to instruct him, and he's going to attempt an initiation with them, and we'll see how that goes.
Come back to that. Great.
Yeah.
So a few days later, Cromwell will he'll have a few days where he's just sort of groggy and not particularly lucid. They keep him on a lot of painkillers because he had some 3rd-degree burns.
Yeah.
That they had to deal with. So he's pretty much on kind of a constant morphine or 16 drip. Elsie will be there. He'll kind of come in and out of lucidity over time. They'll taper off the dose. There's a lot of just doctors shuffling in and out and nurses, and everyone's very kind. But there's often this sense of hushed tones, or people not oh, well, maybe you shouldn't say this in front of him, sort of thing. Definitely during the time, especially during the kind of in and out of consciousness part, Cromwell's going to experience some really odd dreams. And it's hard to be sure if they're medically induced from the drugs or not. But the dreams that he gets are a lot of them are just there's flashes of a dragon. So it's kind of things that he might be living through in the past. There's a lot of people yelling at him. Kind of this
That was a lot.
yeah, no.
That was a lot
But in a
words.
weirdly structured way, almost a militaristic, someone in training or a drill instructor kind of yelling at him. And there's these whispers of and like words that he'll catch are like loyalty and trust. And so that he doesn't really know where they're coming from, but he experiences those. Mordecai will also notice that he doesn't get it to the quite same intensity that Cromwell does, but if they talk about it, they'll realize that there's some similarities in dreams that are plaguing him over the next 2 nights.
Yeah, Mordecai doesn't like people yelling at him. So.
Yeah. Probably doesn't react as well to that.
Does Cromwell connect it to the like army and their agreement to join?
Roll me a judge intentions.
That's what I thought.
Roll me a dream interpretation. Probably be logic and intuition, actually. Which I think is judge intentions, but I'm not sure.
Wait, did we just find something that Shadowrun didn't allow for as a gaming system?
3 hits.
Dream
I
interpretation.
think it would be a
for
knowledge,
hits?
actually, a knowledge skill base.
Arrow or something. Probably not immediately. He might, like, it's hard to parse out how much of it is specifically related to, like, we may have said we were going to join a cult as compared to there was that one time a dragon also nearly murdered me shortly,
Right.
and I recently nearly just died. Kind of. It could be one of those
Does
two.
Mordecai like find the dreams conspicuous, or are they just dreams as far as he can tell?
I think you'd find them conspicuous, that like they would feel different than normal dreams that he's had, and they're also recurring.
Then may I also roll judgment? 4.
Similar sense, you probably are a little like you haven't recently gone through a potential life-threatening event to the same extent that Cromwell did, so you think it's more likely connected to that time you nearly agreed to join a cult. When you gave contact information, it was Mordecai. It was like a comlink from Mordecai, right?
Yeah.
Great. Give me a logic and computers.
Logic and computers. So that's 0 dice.
Oh, yeah.
Thumper dice.
Can you just go
I
to
have
a
one
community
thumper
college
die.
class?
Oh.
Introduction to comlinks.
I forget you have one logic.
But
Yeah,
you
I
roll
guess-
one logic?
You probably can't even attempt this. Just give me, just roll your 1 die. Come
All right.
number.
No, 0 hits, but I did not glitch.
You didn't
Oh.
glitch. You don't even think to look at your comlink. Like, it doesn't even occur to you that those two things could be connected.
Yeah, that's probably not going to change anytime soon either.
Yeah. You may briefly look at it and again see a lot of emails from this like Patty at a gym who's asking about paperwork and when their W-2 forms are going to be coming out because they got to fill out taxes really soon.
There is a reason I won't get into now, but Mordecai is not checking his comlink at all. So
Sure. I'm sure.
There's usually a person.
Yeah.
Oh, don't want to know. Not the army. Ah, don't yell at me or I'll hit you in the face. Ah,
You okay?
where am I?
You're in a hospital.
Oh, right, there was a giant red bird. What was on fire and
Yep.
some cars
Yep.
and a dragon
Yep.
and
What?
an army
What?
and there was like a scarecrow.
No. There was just a car.
Just a car.
There
Oh,
was just cars. There was the van.
so the bird was just.
Yeah. There's that fire spirit you fought, which was probably not a good idea.
Oh, right.
And then you caught on fire, and
The bird, it was red, right?
yeah.
Figures.
And then you ate some pavement,
Like literally or.
like with your you fell. You
Oh,
fell off
right.
the
I
van.
remember the owl.
Yeah. You're kind of torn up a little bit. I'm glad that you got that advanced dock wagon contract.
Right. Well, I'm better now. Cromwell sits up and he starts
And then
to.
immediately one of the nurses is like, you need to lie back down, sir.
I think he's like, starts to do the thing in the movies, but in the movies, no one ever has a catheter in. And no one ever like rips their catheter out, and that definitely stops Cromwell. He's like, maybe I'll.
Yeah.
He notices
Cromwell,
he has
that's
burns on his hands.
Yeah. That's a yeah.
Right. Well,
Just
all right. Maybe I'll just sit here for a minute.
yeah. You just take a
The nurse
rest.
comes back in.
Why
and-
did you think there was a dragon?
Oh, I just remember like there was a dragon, like telling me to do things or something, or other people. It's really
Well,
confusing.
that was months ago, though.
Yeah.
happened months
Oh,
ago.
right, Miss J's dragon. Yeah, it's probably just that. Nothing to worry about, except for almost dying.
How are you feeling?
Not so great to be honest. I feel like I've got a lot of drugs in me.
Well, you do have a
And
lot
also,
of
I
drugs.
sort of hurt everywhere. And I don't feel quite as strong as I used to.
Well, I mean, you did get hit pretty hard.
Right. Well, did the doctor said anything?
Just that you have to be careful. I think he wants to talk to you himself.
Wait, how long has it been?
It's been a couple
Like,
days.
Couple of days?
Yeah.
Oh, I've never been out that long. Well, once, but
Well,
that was for a month and I was kidnapped.
You're getting older, you know. I mean, I don't want to I don't mean that to be rude or anything, but you're getting older.
Well,
so
I know that.
taking a tumble off of a van,
Um,
you know.
The oldest troll I ever met was only a year older than I am. We don't exactly live real long, but usually we fight our way to the end, so...
Yeah, I'm just saying you have to be careful.
Well, I'll be as careful as I've ever been.
Uh-oh.
At some point, whether I don't know if Elsie will still be there, but one of the doctors will come back after they're pretty certain you've been awake for a little bit. Magnuson,
Well,
Cromwell. I'm sorry. What name would you prefer to go by?
You can call
First
me
or last?
Magnuson or Cromwell or Hey You or Butler or...
Well, been your doctor. Sorry, you've been in our ICU for a few days. We're clearing you to move to a slightly less intensive care, but we're still going to ask you to be here for a few more days. We're running some tests. There's been some little concerning things on the test so far. We just want to make sure everything's okay before we discharge you.
All right. I don't have any, weird things in my head, do I?
No, there is no unknown cyberware or bioware that we detected. We also didn't look for it. Is that a concern? We can...
I'll just check in. It's
Not-
not CFD, is it? I'm not going to be taking... No, okay.
No, I was wondering though, sir, do you have a history of heart problems at all in your family?
I don't really know my family, but my doctor says things like, stop living the lifestyle you're living.
Right.
And,
Yes, I've seen your medical records.
Right. So, in my own family being me, I suppose, yes, there might have been a few warnings, but, doctors just say that sort of thing.
Okay. Well, we've had a few troubling EEG readings, EKG readings, so we're going to run a few more tests, but I will be recommending you after discharge for a follow-up with a cardiologist.
All right. I suppose it's about time I actually have someone look at the old ticker.
You only have one of them.
Oh, well, that's my own. Never mind. Forget I said that.
Well, get some rest. Yes. Just
All
back
right.
out slowly.
Can I ask, is there a cardiologist in the hospital, or do I have to leave and come back?
Well, typically what happens is, we clear you for discharge, and this isn't an immediate thing. We just recommend a follow-up with a cardiologist. It's ultimately your choice.
All right, then.
And generally speaking, a cardiologist wouldn't want to see you until you've recovered from most of the trauma from this incident, because it could be just residual.
All right, then. I'll seek out one of my own.
Well, your insurance is very good, so you you can go to any provider of your choice.
Does my insurance cover the bear doctors?
Probably.
Wow, that's nice.
They probably have like a pay what you can sort of pay schedule for heroes of the bears.
Yes. Where is Fang all right? Is everyone else okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, pretty okay.
All right. And you're fine?
Well, I've been worried about you.
Oh, I'm fine. I mean, I always pop back. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you pop back.
So nothing to worry about, right?
Right.
I'm fine. I'll always be fine till I'm not, and then I'll be gone, and you'll carry on. Well, look, I am an old troll,
I know you're an old troll.
and I'm not gonna be around forever. Or even, if statistically speaking, I mean, most trolls don't actually go out the natural way, so no one's exactly sure how long we live, but it's not as long as humans for sure. And I'm somewhere over 40. I feel like I'm pushing it as it goes.
Yeah, I just think maybe, I don't know, it's time to talk about shifting gears or something.
Do you see me, sitting at home watching the trids?
No, but maybe something with less, hopping on top of vans going 80 miles per hour?
I suppose, but look, it's what I was built for. It's what the bear gods always let me do, and
Oh, but you're also built for butlering.
well, I tried that, but frankly, I never got very good reviews.
I mean, we could go back to stealing cars.
Yeah, I just don't see it. I don't know. We've been part of something bigger here in the Seattle Metroplex, and I liked it, and there's things going on I care about, and it's not about me anymore. It's about what I'm gonna leave behind. Look, I'll try to be careful. I'll even go see the cardiologist if you really want.
I do want you to.
Maybe don't tell Fang about the art thing.
Seriously?
Look, I've learned it's important to keep things to yourself. It's
Okay. Listen. You and I have secrets, and then, so there's the secret circle, right? So, you're in the middle of the secret circle, right? And
Right.
you've got a circle around you. And then outside of that circle is another circle, and that's the circle I'm in, right? So I don't know all the secrets, but I know a lot of the secrets. And then there's one more circle outside of that, and that's Fang, right? She's in that circle. And then, you keep going, right? And eventually you hit, I don't know, the rest of MFEC, and you hit,
Secretly, Miss J is in the center circle.
Yeah, but my point is, you need to really think about, if you, want to be with Fang and stuff, I know you're, bringing her in the secret circle, or you thought about it or whatever, but, just, you don't need to, keep everything to yourself all the time.
Well, it's just a burden that you give to someone else when you tell them your secrets, right? The responsible person says, these are my secrets, that's my responsibility, I've got to carry them, and I better not put them on someone else, so I'll just keep on lugging them in a big bag behind me until the day I die. And, try not to leave too many things in the bag for people to clean up when you're gone, but don't you think it's putting a lot on her? She just went through the stuff with her own family and, getting her job back.
Whatever, Fang's tough, she's fine.
Oh, I know.
You can't baby her all the time.
What, you gonna put me in a wheelchair and wheel me around?
No, actually, I just mean, what's the whole thing with you wearing a wedding ring, and, when are you gonna ask Fang to move into the house with us?
Oh, right, that,
I'm okay with her moving in. So, I figure it's, that's your decision. I can't make it for you, but I just think that there's a couple things, you can bring Fang into the circle, and it's okay, if she's in the circle with me, or if she's in the circle with you, that's okay.
all right, I'll tell her, all right, and I'll explain everything, but I need to talk to Fang before I explain about the ring, because the ring part kind of makes it complicated with her moving in, and or at least moving on to something more, right? You can only wear one ring.
Yeah. Unless you're one of those weird elves that have all the rings, and it's
At this point, the
Can't do
drugs probably
anything.
start kicking back in again.
All right, Pip. Well, thanks for the pep talk.
Fang, at some point, Ramu is going to call you back.
Good, because actually, That's great.
What are you gonna try and call him?
I mean, he's gonna hook me up with a Johnson, but that can happen later.
Okay. So he gives you a call probably about 24 hours later, and he just, from what you can see of his face.
To put everything in perspective, guys, Ramu was a face, and now he's not a face because it got torn apart by a knife.
That was wielded by the Red God Lauren.
No, it was definitely wielded by someone with a name that sounded like vomit. Hummet. No.
Huamet.
Hummet.
That's the one.
Yeah. But that was to save an entire city, so Hermesilo.
Yeah.
Right? So it was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, he
He's a
willingly
hero.
went into this.
He did it on purpose. Yeah.
Well,
You
people
know
who
what
work
he's
for
getting
Ass
into.
Technology love making self-sacrifices for the common.
Definitely do.
Yep. So Grace Castillo
Yeah.
gave me a message to give to you.
Okay. I'm ready for this.
I am very clearly going to not ask about any of the context of this message.
Well, the last time you
Beyond the part that you wanted to get in contact with a high-level as technology executive, and then you assaulted her in a gym in downtown Seattle.
she threw the first punch, and it was a dumbbell.
I am not going to ask why you were there, what you want to know from her, or literally anything that you are doing, but I am going to pass on this message because I am worried about you.
Great. What did I do to deserve
She said that
you?
this is for you, for Shell Glasgow, and as she put it, her small friend.
Oh, I know.
Elsie.
Yeah.
She said, not bad, seen better, trained better.
Okay.
Be in touch if you're interested. I am not going to recommend you get in contact with her because you are clearly in over your head. And you only have 2 more limbs that are your own.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not asking. Do not tell me anything.
You've done things for the greater good. Right? Yes, I was there. All I'm saying is that this is great because there's things that are happening.
There was one more part to the message.
Oh, I'm sorry for interrupting.
She said something about tests or testing. It wasn't a direct message, but she was something about being interested in testing you further.
Okay.
Be careful, Shell. I know she's doing something. I know it's not just her. The world is changing,
Yeah.
and you are going to be better off if you keep your head down and don't do anything. You are one small person in a very large machine, and I don't want you to get trapped or squished in the workings.
If there's anything we learned from Mom, it's that we don't keep our head down.
And our mother, yep,
Yeah. Do you see her anymore?
no.
Yeah, she's kind of not allowed to talk to us anymore.
This is what happened when I didn't keep my head down.
Okay.
Goodbye, Shell.
Bye. Keep in touch.
Wings up.
Oh, shoot. Okay. I mean, there's probably someone's birthdays we're gonna.
Yeah. You'll send him another birthday card.
Yeah.
Fang is so earnest.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is actually worrisome because I was totally gonna do this, and now, like, someone in fact almost dies.
Cromwell will get dismissed from the hospital, or discharged from the hospital, with some papers to follow up with a cardiologist. Probably about 10 days later. In the hospital for about 10 days.
All right. Grandma calls up Fang. Hello. I'm out of the hospital.
Oh, okay. I know you don't usually get the calls from you. I was getting updates from Elsie. Awesome. I totally have more socks because to recover you need good socks, good circulation. Because your feet they get the coldest.
Right.
So if we keep those warm, then you'll recover faster.
All right. Well, thanks for that.
Yeah.
I thought maybe.
By the way, there's like 20 pairs of socks at your house.
I'm actually in my room right now, and there's a lot of socks here. These are all from you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'll go through a lot of them.
Yep.
Imagine you just he's like, well, he's still not out of the hospital. I guess I should buy him more socks.
I think she panic shops. I'm pretty sure her credit card goes up when she's like a nervous shopper.
When you have dermal-plated feet, it's pretty rough on socks.
Oh, yeah.
I thought we could, go on a date. Do a couple of things, like go fight some troll killers, maybe go to a park, and then stop by the cardiologist for a minor errand, and then,
okay.
do some other things. Cook
Cool.
some dinner.
Dinner, great. Do you need to, beat up somebody at the cardiologist's office? Or, are you
Probably
meeting
not.
Miss J there?
You know how doctors are. They always just want to check out everything, because,
Because they're smart, and they know what they're doing.
yeah, most of them.
Sometimes they put fake arts in you. Is that what's happening?
No, I'm not getting a fake art.
Okay, well then, are you getting a valve replaced? Like what intensive surgery is happening? Do you have a replacement heart set up? Do we need to find a replacement heart? We can put that in at the date portion. We can go shopping.
No,
Okay.
I've always respected your willingness to replace your own body parts with mechanical ones, but given the bear gods' wish that I'll keep my own body parts, they just want to take a look at it. I'm sure it's not fun. Humans, you know what humans are like. Always like, oh no, don't jump in front of the bus. Oh no, stay away from lava. Oh no, don't get shot, right? They're not like us and tough, and so they probably just, they're probably just worrying when they don't need to.
They're probably just right, so we're definitely gonna go. Yeah, and that, great. And I you gotta wait a couple days. I'm not in the city.
Wait, I thought the reception was kind of weird and the link on this was delayed.
Yeah, I just got done with a run. I need to earn some extra money.
Where are you?
I'm not supposed to tell you.
The call drops. Crackle, 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 crackle. Where are you?
Well, good question. So you know how I was talking to my brother and he hung up? Well, the next day, he called and told me to go to the technology pyramid, where I was going to meet at Johnson, to go looking. A pyramid, in case you guys forgot, I teach math. To go looking for an item. And he knows I can handle it. He's known I've done some math technology runs when I was really, really young. And he needed someone who he could work with. So, the Johnson, I'm getting, it was how long did you get out for? Oh,
He was
10
about
days?
10 days.
10 days, great. It was a 7-day trip to, Pan-African Foundation, which is in the modern day, not Sahara, but a little bit never east of that.
Okay.
Center Africa. This is South Africa. It's near Bungu. I'm gonna say this wrong, so let me know, chat. Bangui?
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't know why I'm directing this story to you.
No, it's great.
I'm sorry you are now my forced audience member.
I love it.
Good. So I met up with some runners. The Primarch, who's really good at combat, bad at social.
She means the Primarch.
No.
Okay.
And then also Buzz, who's a magic person who's even worse at combat or social. So we traveled for another 2 days, and we're going deeper and deeper into these forests. And then we find a riverbed because we know we're trying to get a magical book. And that's all pretty much. They explained a lot, but Fang doesn't really understand magic, and she's like, what is its dimensions? And so it's a book. It's a magic book that will help this corp in some way. So we get to this river, and when we're there, we get our supplies. We get scuba gear, because the renting thing.
Right.
We get enough food to last like a week, because it's actually like deep in. We have to go down into the river, and we swim for like 4 hours in scuba. It's fine. Fang's been trained. Lungs. And then, you know how there's those like cool coves that you can come up with and there's still air in there? So we went up there, and then there was like this giant temple, and it was huge, and there was a bunch of traps. I'm pretty sure, I know for sure, there's like this silver, not a monkey, yes, silver monkey. She had to put it together. There were 3 pieces, and she just kept putting it in incorrect, but then she got it. Kept going down. It was very successful because at the very bottom, in this beautiful, all the lanterns still lit, even though it's been eons, there was this fur-covered altar, and in the center of that altar was this book made of leather and different kinds of hides, and in it was pressed and carved out this language that Fang couldn't read. And it looked like a bunch of different kinds of writing, and like it was beautiful in its monstrosity. Snake scales coated around the surrounding edges, but then there was like different animals that even Fang couldn't imagine. There was like it was just gross. So we closed that up and we tied it up. We sealed it in a little Ziploc bag because we knew we were gonna have to go scuba again. But as soon as we moved the book, the entire temple started to shake and rumble, and pieces started falling down. And I swear, even now, we can hear the laughter of someone as they set their traps. And so we go running, and we go out, we go out, and we do one of those cool things where someone's about to fall off, and then you catch them in the mid-jump, and you pull them over, and then we get to the water, and we're like, oh no, the bag ripped in our scuffle. But luckily, the book wasn't, it actually is made of like leather and fur, so it was waterproof. But
has a mouth on the front.
there's like, and there's like teeth of different kinds of animal.
Yeah, and it like an eye on the side and then one on the spine.
Yeah. But the Primarch actually had a large compartment in their chest that they opened, and we put the book in there and we closed it, and then we all scubaed out, and we were successful.
Were you telling this to Mordecai on the con?
No, I'm actually, you guys are not all, none of you are supposed to know.
I assume you're just telling this on the person next to you on the plane flight.
I was there.
Seattle.
I was there.
Yes, I know. That's what happened.
The book is in my chest.
You alright?
And then when we got to the airport, which I mean, we were like, oh, this is such a great vacation. Who are you? And then we got black bagged. And then we got taken to a different location. And then they took the book. And then we did it. So I don't really know what corp has it at this point. Because...
Jesus Christ.
But I'm not supposed to... in my contract, and this is a part like in... because it's a paper contract, of course. Wrote like, do not tell anyone, BT Dubs, your team.
So Fang makes her way back to Seattle.
That wasn't a side mission. That was like a Steven Spielberg trilogy.
Yeah. But we did it.
Yeah.
Oh, and I also punched a cobra in the face.
Good.
Because it tried to bite my hand, but it's...
Yeah.
Right.
And then I just slammed it
So
against...
Fang meets with Cromwell again at some point.
Yeah. Get it back. So the thing...
All right. Right. Ice cream.
So they punch some trolls.
Beat up
Well,
troll
we get
killers.
ice cream first.
Troll killers,
Troll
sorry.
killers. Right.
We know where they are. We found
And then
them.
go to the cardiologist.
I just like the idea that you've implanted trackers in these troll killers.
No, we have their phone
and you
numbers.
just like follow them around and beat them up and then leave them and like come back and do the...
It's catch and release.
No. I'm pretty sure we just beat them up and say, give us your friends' numbers. And then they do, and then we track them down and be like, hey, there's a bunch of trolls in this alleyway. And then they all shut up, then we punch those guys up and we get new numbers.
So it's like a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
It's a pyramid scheme.
It's probably one of those two ways.
So does Fang come in with you to the cardiologist's office?
I suppose, given what Elsie said about the circles, yes.
So
If she wants to.
I was
they'll run
actually
some more
surprised.
tests, they'll look at your medical records, they do all that fun stuff. And the doctor comes in. Well, so,
I can pierce dermal plating?
Mr. Cromwell, I have some good news and some bad news. The good news is you're not dead or dying. The bad news is you have some paroxysmal atrial fibrillation, which may or may not, we suspect it's likely related to some slight mitral valve regurgitation.
Is that the one where, like, I become a monster?
No. So, your heart, sir, has
Right.
valves in it, right?
Yeah.
And he pulls out, like, the diagram.
Yeah, this is actually helpful.
I'm actually looking at my own art right now with ultrasound.
Just go. I need this.
So the valves open and close, and
Yeah.
regurgitation is where the blood doesn't go through and some of it comes back up. That's bad when hearts do that.
All right.
So one of your valves is not working properly right now, which it's not immediately fatal. We can replace them. These are replaceable. It's a fairly minor surgery these days. We've come a long way from slicing people's chests open. But it would be even a BioWare replacement.
Oh, okay.
So that's obviously your choice. It's not immediately fatal. It does increase your risk of stroke and may reduce some of your just physical comfort in life. And that is also resulting in fibrillation, where the top atrium of your heart just kind of does this instead of this. You know, instead of a nice solid pump, it's just like woo, 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 woo. It's like
Right.
Jello.
Do you have like one that is like not a squeak? That doesn't make a squeak noise, but like I can like tactily like understand.
Yes, and he hands you the child's model.
Yeah. So like it goes like this.
Yes.
And not like squeaky, squeaky. I assume it doesn't squeak.
One of the treatments, we have several treatments for the fibrillation, is a lot easier than the mitral valve. So if you are interested in replacement, we would certainly recommend it, although for a troll of your age,
Who's still young at heart?
yes.
Well, actually, the heart
you know,
part is the
there's,
problem.
there's something to be considered of whether or not it'd be worth the trade-off for you.
Right, because I'd lose strength probably, and I'd be...
Well, as an individual with awakened inclinations, some have said that it does have an impact on their experiences of the astral world.
I'd have to give up to Bear God, at least some part of it. My connection to him?
Did you go to the the shamans, or?
Yeah, this is a bear doctor, cardiologist.
Yes, that is a likely outcome. Then they would know. Bear doctor, cardiologist.
I think the Bear God just made me this way, and I go until I can't go.
It's not unusual for older individuals to experience these things in the sunset years of their life.
Oh.
That's a really nice way to say this.
Oh.
Don't put flowers on my grave just yet, doctor. I mean,
Oh, certainly. We'll prescribe you a medication regimen that will help with both the fibrillation as well as the increased risk of stroke. Although do be careful, if you bleed too much, you'll definitely... Blood thinners, they'll let you bleed a lot more.
Oh, wait, no. It's not me, but like, I want the blood inside to stay yang.
Typically, that's what we also recommend as
Okay.
doctors. What we're trying to do is stop that blood from getting stuck and causing a stroke. So a stroke is...
so if I go on it, I can't really stop bleeding very easily.
It's a blood thinner. It's not like you're going to never stop bleeding. You'll just have a...
Right, it can't coagulate.
Can you make it like
I believe
stickier?
Is
Like
what the fancy
thin,
people
but
call
like
It
it.
is reversible, this particular agent that we would recommend.
So, like, if I was about to
Just
go
as a
in,
warning, I worked in cardiology for a while, so we can go down this road. or we
I just
can,
want it to stay
like-
sticky, but
I just want to get to the heart of the question, which is this. Let's say I'm about to fight, say, a cybernetically enhanced samurai with 6 arms and 6 katanas.
Sure, let's
Do
say
I
that's what
maybe
you're doing.
skip the blood thinners? And
You would need to know ahead of time that was something you're going to do.
right, let's say I was going to fight an army of them, and I'll add a day.
Sure.
And then all
I
I'm
can-
risking is my art stops, because...
Well, no, your heart won't stop. Your brain will stop. It's a stroke is the issue that we're concerned about.
right.
The body is a complicated machine.
do you have pamphlets?
Yes, it's like hand you pamphlets. So you have atrial fibrillation.
Okay.
So what I'm hearing is there's nothing to do about it. Just keep on the way I have been and hope for the best.
Strongly recommend against that, sir. As your physician, I would suggest not fighting armies of cybernetically enhanced individuals. That you take blood thinners. You also take the anti-arrhythmia medications that will hopefully mean you won't have a stroke, and that you seriously consider having your mitral valve replaced. So my professional opinions if
a
you do
lot.
not want to die sooner rather
Can't
than
you just
later.
not die in general? Like I understand that you can't
I'm
not
going
die.
to write you a prescription for grief counseling.
That was a little insensitive, Doctor. I mean,
Yeah,
I know
Like,
we
do you-
bear people aren't exactly good with people, but
but he might actually also be, or she, I don't know who this person is, might also be like the other side of the hut.
The psychiatrist is like,
Psychiatrist.
why don't you go talk to the person next door?
Do you mind giving us like?
Sure. I'll print out give you some of the information, and feel free to be in touch whenever you decide. The prescriptions will be ready for you at your preferred pharmacy.
all right. Well, thanks.
I mean, the good news really is that all of this is very treatable.
Right, if I want to make some sacrifices
Yes.
with my abilities.
Slowly walks out of the room in the awkward silence.
Well, it just seems like they're putting too much worry into it to me.
I think we're allowed to be a little bit worried. Like,
Puts the pamphlets down.
yeah, just picks up the squeaky toy.
Every time you do it, it makes a thump,
Yeah.
thump, thump.
I'm so happy all the time when we get to punch faces and when we get to hang out at your house and try different kinds of teas and when we even just get to sit next to each other not saying anything. And I know we talked earlier about secrets and I don't want to push you into anything, but I want the lane to be open if you want to do anything. I went on a run. I have enough money for tickets.
Wait, tickets to...
Mainframe has sent you very recently this really great deal on flights to Northern Ireland.
Wait, to Sheernanog? To Ireland? You want to go to Ireland?
Yeah. This shows that we don't have a long time. In general, drop the tank. Kicks it now.
All right. The last 2 times I tried to go back, I literally got thrown off the island by the Dane and Moore. But if you want to try, I would love to be rid of this damn thing, which I didn't ask for,
No, but you didn't.
and I don't want. No, I haven't really had a chance to have a say about.
So let's make a say about it. What's gonna stop us after this? Like, we're gonna have to slow down a bit, and not in a bad way. Not even we. If you don't want the we here, I'm just saying that, like, in general.
Oh, I want the wee. I like the wee.
It's really good.
But the wee is what I like.
I like the we.
But the past wee was,
and we need to cut that we in half.
all right. It's just there's a very volatile, angry, powerful elf woman
Sure.
in Ireland.
We deal with an angry, very strong elf woman every day. And we love her for it.
Yes.
How?
All right. Well, imagine there was a whole island of them like that.
Okay, but we could take that on. But we need to do that before the we is cut in half.
All right. Well, I guess I'm just giving my burdens to everybody.
It's not a burden if we want it, it's a gift.
All right.
You
well,
are a
thanks
gift.
for helping. All right. Thanks.
Fine.
It means a lot to me that you're trying to help. Okay.
Yeah,
And feelings.
I like it. Let's make out.
All right.
Someone not like a poor MA now.
Camera moves outside of Bear Lodge.
Poor like medical assistant knocks on the door. I'm sorry, but we need this room for another patient.
No,
Oh,
you
God.
don't.
Fade to black. So, Fang, with probably Mainframe's help, will book some flights to Tir na Nog.
Yeah.
Mainframe will
She also.
choose to abstain from going, given the feelings that elves have about elves, and her current lack of elf ears will likely cause some problems. Though she does offer that if shit hits the fan, she can try and be there.
Can I send? I feel like I should. Can I just send Mainframe digital flowers and a card?
Yes.
Great.
Sure.
Good.
That happened.
Guilt happened. Surprise. Can I also send her a request?
Sure.
There was a lot of cameras that saw a fight on the middle of a highway.
She's worked on that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm sure she took care of that. Like, that's probably what she spent a lot of her time doing while Cromwell was in the hospital.
Great.
So 2 of you are going to Ireland. What's going to happen with the rest of you?
I mean,
I told Elsie that once I talked to you, I would tell her a little bit more about the old Ireland elf-wife thing. So I suppose I should tell her.
okay. You definitely should, because I think Elsie.
Well, it's probably best I keep the art thing to myself, just between us, and just tell her everything's fine, right?
So, you keep a lot of secrets.
And
There's a circle, and like Elsie was in that circle, and now there's like a Venn diagram of like in the center with like secrets that Elsie has, and then secrets that like me and you share.
This is easier when I was the only one in this circle and everyone else was on the outside. All right, I'll tell her about the art and the islands and Bronwyn and the fact that I might have a child.
Yeah, I think you should definitely clear the pool out and let everyone know about secrets. Because you know what secrets do? They make us closer.
Elsie, are you out?
Yeah.
The doctor wants to replace my art, but I'm not sure. And also, I'm married, maybe, but I don't want to be. But I ran away when my elf wife turned out to have lied about her family, and she's actually a member of the Danon Moor and really powerful. And I didn't want anything to do with that, except I did, but I regretted it. And I got back, and they threw me out of Ireland. And also, she might have had a child, but I don't really know if it ever happened or not, or if she was lying about the whole thing.
Just give me a minute for me to get out of the shower so I can talk to you about
We need to
this.
talk now. Stay in the shower. We'll all talk. Not in the shower. Please don't.
So Elsie is informed. We'll
Probably some conversation after that, but
flash forward a little bit. Mordecai, are you eventually just gonna are you guys gonna invite
Well, no one's told me. Mordecai.
Yeah, like.
I guess I might as well tell everybody.
Wait, but like. Can I call Mordecai?
Sure, you can talk to Big Papa.
Can we go punch some stuff?
How are you attempting to get a hold of Mordecai?
Comlink. Does that?
There's no
I know.
answer.
There's no way. Can I contact? I know.
Mainframe will probably tell you where he lives.
I don't think. I know who Talia is, right?
Talia? Yeah.
Okay,
Cromwell's
I'm gonna go
been
see Talia. I've never been in that store, but everyone knows that Mordecai and Talia.
Like you
were
walk in,
friends.
and like the cybernetic orc walks into a magic shop. Hello, can I help you?
You're so pretty. First off, I know that's weird. I totally see why. Yes.
What do you want?
I'm glad that
Kid?
you're smart. So I have a father, a Big Papa. He's not my dad. But you know him as Mordecai.
Oh, you are Fang.
I'm Fang.
You are known.
Good, as I should, because yeah. Comlinks don't work.
Yes, yeah, that is
Can
not
you
a way.
send him a magic message, like a floating telegram or a pigeon?
Yes, would you here? Let me give you, and she'll sell you like a
paid
spell
too
that
much
anyone
for
can
it.
use. Oh yeah. It's just like a little rock that when you touch it, it'll send a message to someone. It's a mind link.
Wait, really?
It works once. And you have to know the person that you're sending it to, but it's the mind link spell.
Will it be my voice in his head, or will it be like his own thoughts?
It'll be your voice in his head.
Is it one way or bidirectional?
I think it's one way.
All right, great.
Hey, Mordecai, you know where I totally live, and I don't know how much time I have. I assume it's like a card, and I only have a minute, so I'm gonna keep talking forever. I really want to talk to you because there's some really big things that are happening, and you gave me advice earlier, and I'm kind of scared because you might be right. But I really want to talk to you. Okay, find me. Oh, apartment. My apartment is, and then it cuts off.
A few moments later, you see the ghostly form of Mordecai appear before you. He's astrally projected, but he's manifested so he can talk to you.
Okay. Wait, did you find me at Talia's house?
Wherever you
found
called
you from.
I called immediately from Talia's.
You walk outside the store.
Great. Fang, what's going on?
Lots of things. Can we talk? Can we get like food? Can we go to the gym?
You're gonna have to come pick me up from my place.
Okay.
Just follow. Do you have like a vehicle?
I mean,
Just like take the bus or something.
I know I can
can't-
definitely.
you
I
can't
can
take the
drive.
bus out there,
I can
so-
rent a car.
You're gonna rent a car?
I could get your van. Do you know
My
what
van is at my place.
Oh, it's not impossible. Okay, I figure it out. I'll figure it out.
Eventually, Fang makes it to Mordecai's lodge.
Okay.
I'd probably borrow one of those.
All right. Come on in, Fang. It's it's
all
rustic.
A little short too.
It's rustic.
Yeah.
It smells like trees.
It should. There's lots of trees around here. What can I do for you, Fang?
Life is hard.
I know.
I'm not allowed to tell you everything, but I want to tell you everything. I want to punch someone in the face, but then I also want to jump for joy.
Don't punch me in the face.
Okay. I also can't jump in here. Big stuff's happening soon. And I might have to go, and I'm probably gonna die. And you told me about Cromwell, and like, honestly, I need to know. Should I be betting on Cromwell?
We're going to Mordecai for relationship advice.
I'm going to him for people advice.
I told you. I mean, I've known people like Cromwell before. He's a good man, but in the end, I just don't believe he'll choose you over his mission. And that doesn't mean you shouldn't follow your own heart. You know, and if your heart tells you to take a chance on him, then, well, you're only young once. That's something I learned.
Mordecai,
Yes, Fang.
were you that kind of person once?
No, I've never been like that, even remotely. I think they're idiots. He's a lovable idiot, don't get me wrong, but he's an idiot. I believe it's everyone's job to look after themselves first.
Even now?
Well, it's the only way you can take care of others if you take care of yourself. Will ask yourself, does Cromwell take care of you when by taking care of himself? Would he do everything he could do to take care of himself in order to make sure he's looking after your needs as well?
No. But he will take care of others for himself. It's that hierarchy.
Yeah, he's got it backwards. He's an idiot.
No, you're supposed to have it that way.
No, you're not.
Yeah. Yeah, you're supposed
This
to
argument
take
goes
care of
on
others.
for like 10 more minutes.
Sorry, I have to
Is that the cat?
walk with.
Is
yes,
that the one
that's
from Japan?
That's Cornbread.
You kept that cat?
Of course I did. He's my best friend. Other than Sharky.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Like
Look,
3 more cats.
I need
running
to.
around.
Wait.
I need to feed him,
I
so
know.
I need to go
Oh.
down to the waterfall. Would you like to come with me?
Great. Sure. It's
Normally I would get a spirit to do the work, but I can't right now.
why not?
Well, I'm doing this thing. It's the Shasta shamans want me to do it. I basically can't use any magic or technology or spirits or any of my usual foci or fetishes that I have. I mean, I can cast spells maybe in an emergency, but it's called an asceticism. It's like a purification thing.
You know what you can do?
What?
You can asceticize at my place.
I can what?
Asceticize.
That might be the word.
Because then you're not at the place where you're at, and you don't have to do magic.
I mean, I guess that's true. It's pretty hard for me to get around right now. I can't drive Van Helshark, so
Why not?
because of the asceticism. I'm
I'll
not
drive
allowed
it. Get in the car.
to. What about the car you brought here?
So let's flash forward.
You can say yes or no. It doesn't matter.
And
I mean, I still don't know why you came here. But,
I mean, it was the question. It was your opinion.
okay, well, so if that's all you got, you don't need anything from me. I'll just stay here, I
Hey,
guess.
Fang, are you there?
the
Yeah.
flight leaves in like 5 hours.
Oh yeah.
Do you know how to get hold of Mordecai? 'Cause
Yeah.
there's a thing I didn't say. The elves, they do all this magic stuff. And if we're gonna get in there, he might be useful.
He's on an aestheticizing trip.
An aestheticizing trip?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means.
Oh, here. Can I go gadget a microphone in my pinky?
Don't give him your comlink.
You can literally just put it on speakerphone.
I'm gonna put it on speaker. Oh, we're good. Wait.
I'm not supposed to use this.
Fine.
Hey, Mordecai, you want to go to Ireland?
What was that?
Do you want to go to
Do
Ireland?
you want to go to Ireland?
Do I want to go to our land?
Shirnanog.
We're going to Shirnagog.
I mean, I guess I'm not doing anything out here anyway.
Good. Plain
All right,
reason to
it's
come
not
up.
for any personal reasons.
It's definitely for something. Personal reasons for me.
So Cromwell's still alive then?
Yes.
You were completely
Okay.
You are the most fascinating, Big Papa.
Well, thank you.
Get in the
Fang.
car.
Okay. You have to drive, though.
Yeah.
I can't drive.
Uh,
Asceticism.
He's on an
You guys
aestheticism.
make it to the airport, board your plane. I assume everybody has a fake SIN that they have bought their tickets with. Mordecai has to buy a flight super last minute, so it's like 5 times the price of all the others.
Can I pay for
Do
it?
we have to? We probably have
Someone-
to buy it for him.
Yeah.
Someone had better explain to me at some point what.
Get on the plane
Eventually,
first.
you're like in the air.
Yeah.
You're like halfway over the Atlantic Ocean before you ask that question.
So what is this about?
So, I won't tell you everything because it's not mine to tell, but
It's simple little like misunderstanding about me having been married and not wanting to be and needing to get out of it.
This is about the ring.
Yes.
I want to break it into 1,000 pieces, and I'm pretty sure I have to bring it to the. Fang knows there's no volcanoes in here.
Well, it's a
I don't
good
think there's any
thing.
volcanoes in Ireland.
It's a good thing I don't have any of my foci or fetishes on me then, because those Irish, those elves, I don't trust them. I feel like they'd go after my lucky charms.
They probably would. Look, here's the thing you need to know about Shirnanog. It's very elfy, and there's sexy trolls,
Oh!
but not in a good way. They're like Formians. They're not tough. They're like boy band trolls.
Okay.
So
okay,
don't
yeah.
be taken in
Wow.
with their wily ways. They like to think they're smarter than us normal trolls. And everything you say will be wrong, and the elves will let you know. And everything you do will be wrong, and they'll look down your noses at you. And I know that sounds racist, but in Shirnanog, it's actually true.
Well, sounds lovely.
Your plane lands. As the plane lands, I assume the ring begins beeping.
Yes.
As it does, it lets off its little astral and physical beacon, and it shuts off after like a minute or so. A lot of people on the plane are like looking at you, concerned. Although one person just kind of shrugs.
Do they have one too?
Yeah, they have like some necklace that's beeping, and it's just like fucking elves.
Can we carpool with that person?
So you land in the airport. You make it through customs and immigration and all of that good stuff. Do you have any plans on where you're first gonna go, or are you just gonna kind of like exit the airport? You're in Ulster, so Northern Ireland.
All right, look. Her
Probably
name was
Belfast.
Bronwyn. She's a member of the O'Neill family. Wants to pretty much one of the 2 most powerful families here in the Ulster province.
There were some O'Neills in Boston.
Yep, same group.
Oh.
They like to run the organized crime of the rest of the world.
Yeah, you probably landed in Belfast.
Ugh.
What city is it? I'm sorry.
Belfast. Belfast.
This accent is really hard for me to understand.
The only time I spent much time here, I was mostly hiding in the woods, running shadow ops to help out the Formians, which I will say again, they're not as fancy. They just look real pretty.
So if you don't have any immediate plans, I assume you kind of exit the airport and eventually, do you want to head to the countryside? Like, are you going to try and rent a car? Are you going to just like wander around the streets shouting O'Neill?
I mean, if Fang was by herself, but like, we kind of know somebody who knows how organized crime works.
All right, look, last time I just went up to the door and banged on it till someone came out. I told them who I was, they disappeared, they came out, and then they threw me off the island. Like, not just out of the city, but all the way to the water, and literally threw me in.
So I'm just gonna assume that this is what MMFEC does, is that they're standing like outside of the airport arguing at like the taxi rank and like trying to decide if they should go to a rental car. And as they are arguing, two black kind of unmarked
Of course.
vehicles approach. They're smaller than you might expect to see in the United States. And they kind of clearly have this debonair sort of air to them, right? It's not like that corporate feel. Like they're not SUVs like military vehicles. It's like one of them's a little bit beefier and more armored, and then the other one's like kind of more of a sedan. The one car will pull up and stop behind you, and the other one will like pull up and stop. So they're kind of like flanking you on the sidewalk, except their cars are in the street. One of the windows rolls down, and you hear a voice. You don't really see the whole face, and it says, "Get in the car, Cromwell, or we'll make you get in the car."
Lady voice? Male voice?
No, it's a male voice.
Can more friends come?
I guess they can get in the other one.
I will be riding with the troll.
Fine.
I'm his butler.
The back doors on the vehicles will open.
Fang, did you want to go with him too?
Are you sure?
There literally isn't enough space for four passengers in
I'm
this
pretty
car.
sure Elsie's gonna do way worse than anything I can do. So have you seen her? She punched Grace Castillo.
Oh, I thought you
You
were
get
saying
in
that she
the
was going to
car.
cause more trouble.
No, yeah, that as well. Let's get in we'll go in the
Okay, we'll go in the other car.
Yeah.
All right, yes, this is probably a terrible idea.
Can we keep comms on though?
Hey.
I'm gonna beep that out.
So I brought something back from France with me. I'll tell you about it later.
Did you
But I
just
brought
meet
it on
them?
the-
Did you meet them at the airport? Did you like come from Paris or from France?
No, I was during that. There was a stretch of time there that 2 weeks Cromwell was recovering. I took 4 days and went to France.
It's just a quick 4-day turnaround to France.
All right, you'll have to tell me about that when we're not surrounded by deadly elves.
So you presumably get in the vehicles. The one that you're in, if you like one of the Mori is there's in the front seat. So there's a driver, appears to be human, and then there's a Mori in the passenger seat up front. And it's like a troll but lankier.
It's so
They don't have dermal plating.
Yeah.
What?
Their like skin is like smoother, but like clearly there's kind of skin tones that are more greenish and gray. Like their horns are also like clearly more ornamental and like there's more swirlies going on.
like I'm not gonna try to stare, but like
Oh, you're probably staring.
I mean, like, this is fascinating.
The
they're
car you're
weird.
in is being driven by an elf, and then there is an elf up
weird.
front. You can't really see them because it's in like kind of one of those like limo sedans. So there's a screen in between you and the driver and the passenger that's up front. So you have some privacy in the back, but clearly the doors lock when you get in, and they begin driving away. You're not really able to see outside of the vehicles super well. The windows that you're in seem to have some sort of tinting on them. It's probably intentional. And the drives around a fair amount and takes some twists and some turns. And eventually you realize like the air quality smells a little bit different and you're going out into the countryside. And if you kind of can just sort of get a little bit of a glimpse through the mirrored, the shaded mirrored windows, you'll see like some rolling hills, some nicely manicured area, and eventually pulls in front of a gate, and the gate opens, goes down a long drive, and there is kind of a manor house that the cars will pull up in. What was your question as you're driving?
Quick, Miss J, let us know where we are.
To collect the bodies?
Yeah.
She'll be like, okay. And that's it. That's all you
I mean, that's all I
hear.
needed.
Emergency contact.
Like, I think she is.
And
Your
Elsie
EMS
she's wearing her smart wig, and I mean, as she kind of does when she's traveling, but she's just a little nervous about that if it's the O'Neill clan, that she's really hoping not to run into anybody that spent any time in Boston that would make her. So, yeah, it's a problem.
So eventually the cars stop kind of at the end of the driveway in front of the manor house. The two people in the front, or one of them, the passengers, will exit in both of the vehicles. The doors will be opened. And there are several more armed, these individuals. Like the ones who were driving, you were clearly armed, but these individuals, like they're in this weird combination. Like they do make you think of Cromwell in that sense that they're clearly wearing like very nice, well-pressed suits, but also they look like they could kill you. There seems to be a higher proportion of elves. You'd probably guess about a quarter of them are elves. And some of the Mori, a handful of more normal trolls that you'd expect, and then the rest are humans. Probably about half of them are human. So they will gesture for you to enter the house. You'll be greeted. Welcome, Magnuson. There's someone here who'd like to talk to you.
Oh. This is either going a lot worse or a lot better than the last time.
As long as you don't make any trouble, then we won't have any cause to kick you out again.
This is going really well. Like, not hearing him. Like, this is going great.
So you kind of...
I don't want any trouble. In fact, I want out of trouble.
Great. So you walk down, they'll lead you through the hallway. Like, it's a beautiful house. It's, well decorated chandeliers with gold
nails are doing really
mirrors, like Persian rugs, kind of, it just has that feel of decadence about it. You see like people kind of in the corners, like clearly going about their daily business, maids, butlers,
Malcolm Whitetree was better at
people working.
running his business. I could have grown up in a house like this.
Fang, there's something you should know. When I was 20, I wasn't exactly as, calm and collected as I am today. And I didn't really have a mission. I was just sort of figuring it out as I went.
Okay.
So if you hear anything about how I used to be, irrational, angry all the time, stuff like that, that's the past me, not the current me.
I know who you are.
So they lead you into like kind of down the hallway to the left, into a parlor room. It's got some large open windows looking out across the grounds. You see in the distance like a small lake. This is beautiful. Like this is old money. Clearly been in this residence for generations. Manor house, lords, ladies kind of feeling. There's several armed guards in this room. You definitely get the sense that there's like a lot of magical protections and wards and things going on in the building, and at least a couple of the people who are with you are awakened. And as you walk into the room, there's a woman. She's sitting in one of the kind of, not a chaise lounge, it's like a small 2-seater sofa. There's another individual in a chair across from her, or not across from her, but to the side. It's a gentleman who's definitely older, kind of more looks like a fatherly sort of figure. The woman has, she's probably in her 50s, so it's saying something that the other individual's older. Dark brown, long hair, kind of pulled back in, flows down her shoulders, pale skin, hazel eyes. And you definitely get the sense that she is awakened, the two of you. Mm-hmm. You are acutely familiar with her. And she smiles and stands up. Magnuson Cromwell. And in a few paces crosses the room and immediately kisses Cromwell. And then steps back.
I'm guessing this isn't like peck on the cheek kiss.
No, of course not. Because that would be acceptable. Can I just... How many guards are in this room right now?
Probably at least 6, if not
Okay,
more.
can I move a step forward without looking like I'm gonna stab her? Like, I don't want guns to immediately come up, but I'm definitely gonna step forward a bit.
As you do that, like, she probably doesn't notice immediately, but, like, you definitely see some of the other guards, like, twitch kind of forward in your direction. She'll step back. It's been a long time.
It has.
Sorry, it take a seat, and your companions as well. Let's have some tea.
Right in. That's probably just how they greet people here now.
Well, she didn't greet any of the rest of us like that.
Is it coming though? Is it like later?
Is it because I'm too short?
I'm sorry, feelings took over me.
Can you take
probably not proper of me. Please, have a seat.
I would rather stand.
Please, have a seat.
Have a seat, Fang.
Oh, this is Fang and Elsie and Mordecai. Oh, sit down. They have a lot of weapons.
The guards kind of station themselves around the room.
They're not as polite as they seem when they get angry.
Neither am I.
I know. That's what I'm trying to avoid.
I'm
What is there to sit on?
surprised. It's several like sofas and chairs. It's surrounding like the coffee table, kind of with the tea laid out on it. Someone else who's not a guard, but a young woman like will come over and pour tea out for all of you and ask you if you want cream or sugar or anything.
I like have to hop up awkwardly onto the sofa, and it's like I try to do it smoothly and I can't. So then I like put my arms up
like
and I
another
lift
servant
my
will
leg
come
up.
and like offer you a hand and be like.
I ignore them and I'm just scrambling onto the sofa, and then finally I get on it and I continue. I sit.
Thank you for being here. I suppose you didn't have much of a choice. I would like to apologize on behalf of my family for what they did, and I suppose you deserve an explanation, at least for the most recent. And she kind of gestures at the ring.
Right. Listen, we had a Fang, and then I might have run away from it. But when I did come back, and you
was told about that many years later.
threw me off the island, I kind of figured it was over. I kind of took that as an answer. So I was a little bit surprised when this ring found its way to me.
It wasn't me who threw you off the island. It was my family. They weren't best pleased about the choices that I'd made. I still stand by them to this very day. You ran away from me, and I assumed that meant you wanted nothing to do with me. So I moved on.
So you didn't know I came back?
They didn't tell me until many years later. Not until I definitely asked them in a much less polite way.
Right.
You went back, and now we're here talking about feelings. And
Wait, I'm confused. So, Cromwell, you came back here after having left the first time?
20 years ago.
A lot of time has passed.
not enough, obviously.
Look, it's not like that. I mean, it was like that. And
It's not exactly like that anymore.
I mean-
It doesn't. When you came most recently, and they sort of kicked you off the island again, there's been some things happening in Tirananog related to the Dun and More. I am one of the members, as well as, and she'll point to the man who's sitting in the chair.
Right, as you eventually told me. Not just a member, you're one of the members of the most powerful family.
Well, it happened to be, I was born into a family. I'm sure some of you know what that's like.
What are you saying?
Nothing, dear.
My name's Ellie Hawthorne.
Sure, yes.
I'm Cromwell's butler.
And I am Mordecai,
It's
Towel Mage,
pleasure to
Shasta
meet you.
Shaman, Shamanic
I'm
Medical
going to need you
Practitioner.
to be a lot quieter right now, because I'm trying to talk,
Oh.
and you're interrupting me.
I thought we were doing introductions. Never mind.
I'm sorry. You're right. That was very rude. That was very rude. My name's Bronwyn O'Neill. This is, and she'll gesture the man next to her. This is my uncle, Craig O'Neill.
Don't laugh it.
He's one of the other representatives of the Dun and More, of the O'Neill family.
No,
One of the 8 most powerful families in Ireland. I'm sorry, dear. What's your name?
Fang. It's he's very impressive. I expected a fanciful name. I don't understand you guys. I'm obviously very nervous and you won't let me stand up.
Right. So so.
So there's been changes,
Well, it's not really changes, it's mostly politics.
right? As it always is on this island.
It's always politics. So you see, there was a member of one of the other Dananmore families. It was the MacMora family. One of their members, fairly powerful. He was engaging in, shall we say, reprehensible magical practices. It was a sort of new form of magic that we hadn't really encountered before. He called it sympathetic magic, but it meant that he could use someone else as a target, as a control through someone else. So, say
For
you had
rituals.
a sibling, he could cast the spell on the sibling and have it affect you, which put everyone at risk.
Right.
So we arrested him, or at least I did. The O'Neill family led the investigation, and then he disappeared. He went into hiding after vowing revenge upon me specifically as the one to have him charged. And the MacMurrough family are saying that the allegations bear no weight until we capture him. So he's specifically targeting me, and because of that, I've had to send both my 2 children off the island to safekeeping, as well as other individuals he might be able to target and attack me with. And I may have informed them that you would be one of those people, and should you show up here, we should keep track of you. I guess they decided that the ring was the best way of doing that.
Right. And when you say one of those people,
The rest of the O'Neill family.
right. And when you say children, I mean, how old are these? Probably like 3 or 4. You're married now. Have children with them.
I'm sorry, is that relevant?
Kinda.
They're not here. They're in other places.
Right. Well, if there's a mage, if there's a sympathetic mage, right? I mean, who can control someone through their family members?
Which is why they're not on the island anymore.
Right.
And if you really do want to put this behind us and make the past, I'm going to need your help to track this mage down.
Do you know where he is?
We have some suspicions of a rough location. It's out in the moors in the Ulster County.
So this Macklemore, is it for ritual magic that he's using these sympathetic links?
No, he's casting spells for the most part. Some of them are rituals. He can do either, or it's both. But he's using these people as targets for spells to someone else.
Interesting.
Just to be
Concerning.
clear,
Yes.
to understand why you did not murder us on the spot, you are keeping Cromwell married to you, blackmail, hostage until he takes down this person, and then you'll just let him not be married anymore.
Of course. He's not married to me right now. The Dananmore had that marriage annulled a long time ago.
What? They did? They didn't? You mean I've been unmarried this whole time?
You never asked or filed for paperwork, so they annulled the marriage because you disappeared.
I figured the ring meant I was still...
Oh, the ring is just a ritual spell. You could put it on any finger.
Well, that's...
You've been choosing to put it on your wedding finger?
I just assumed. I never even tried it on a different... I mean, I'm a troll, right? My fingers are very different sizes.
It'll also resize. It's flexible metal.
Well, I didn't try that, all right?
I'm sorry, I wasn't aware that they had done this until after they had done it, which seems to be a common trait. And she turns pointedly at the gentleman, at Craig.
Well, this is very different than what I imagined was going on here.
You're certainly allowed to leave. I'm not going to force you to stay, though we will escort you off the island if you do, given the precarious nature that you put me in.
But if you're not married, then why would there still be a thing with the spells?
Feelings are complicated.
No, they're really
And-
not.
No, they are. It's true.
Past having a history with someone, especially from a very emotional time in both of our lives,
I
puts
told you,
us
this
directly
is what
connected to
happens
each
when
other.
you let other people know you have feelings.
I can hear you,
Still
Cromwell.
have feelings?
No, I mean, They're a long time ago, all right? This is Fang, and I like her very much. In fact, I love her very much.
I never knew that.
Thank you for telling me. I'm not saying that you have to stay. It's...
And you've got a very complicated life here with lots of
Yes.
political elves. who
I'm
get-
not asking you to be part of it, Cromwell, right?
Right, I just wanted to be clear about that.
I'm just asking for your help.
Because both of you are very good with katanas, and I don't want to be in the middle of it. Did I
Clearly
tell you
not.
she fights with katanas?
Oh, that's somewhat the opposite of reprehensible.
You two should fight.
No.
Wouldn't it
yes.
be a good way to work out all this tension?
Miss Wood. Blackwood.
Thorn.
Thorn.
You understand these things, don't you?
I do, yes. Sorry,
Is
we have a
there a
tendency
room
to
we
know who
might
our guests
adjourn
are.
to where I can politely and whisperedly
Certainly.
yell at my comrades?
How about we put you on the 3rd floor?
Can we stay first?
Where we have the guest quarters and there's no one else staying right
It
now.
cost a
Thank
lot
you.
for us to come here.
I think we were not expecting an offer of admission, so I think we
We will
need.
certainly plan on compensating you should you succeed.
I think we need to discuss this since we were expecting a little bit different of a trip. So if it's okay with you, we'd like to adjourn. And
Please. They'll see you up. They will be watching the whole time, given that you're guests here. You're not trapped in your room.
No, I
just
know,
wouldn't
and-
suggest drawing a blade in this house or a weapon.
You make me insanely uncomfortable.
I don't suppose the people that you have here, are they all locals, or do you have any satellite operatives here?
In the manor right now are all locals,
I appreciate it.
and I will do my best to keep things quiet for you.
I appreciate that too.
The name of this Macklemore figure.
Sean McMorrow. Be careful. He is part of the Dan and Mortis family. The McMore family are not to be trifled with. There's a reason we're worried. They're probably supporting him somehow.
Right.
Well, it's a pretty inconvenient time for me to not have any of my foci or fetishes or access to my spirits or the spells.
And then at that point, they'll escort you out of the room and let you
But you're more than that.
adjourn.
Yeah, so
Sure.
You definitely think less of
So-
what you really are.
So that went a lot different than I thought. We're not dead.
Get a space.
she's like still really into you.
Yeah. It's fine though. Totally not afraid or anything.
Yeah, she didn't kiss any of us like she did you.
I thought maybe it was like a local custom and that, boy band trolls were gonna come for me, but nope.
Well, it's not what I expected. I figured she aided me, and at best she would not cut my head off. But I mean, look at her. She looks the same as she looked when we met, and I'm an old troll now. This is a long time ago, and I don't have I'm sympathetic to her cause.
Careful. Well, the whole sympathetic. Never mind.
No, it's fair.
I think in general it sounds like that mage is pretty dangerous. Is that do you know anything about the sympathetic magic? Is he,
I'm aware of sympathetic links. This sounds like it's something a little different, though. The ability to target someone with spells who isn't normally there can be done with ritual magic using different kinds of links. It sounds like this mage can target anyone with any spell just by having basically someone who is somehow connected to the person.
not
that they
even
want
with
to
like
target.
happy feelings either.
Like a voodoo doll, but the voodoo doll's just another person.
This is
Yeah, basically.
given how many enemies my father has, if sympathetic magic is something that gets out and people find out about, there's lots of people like me that will have targets on their head for people trying to get a lot of innocent people will be targeted for their terrible family members that people want to get back at.
Yeah, I don't really care about that. I'm more interested in how much they're willing to pay us. I mean, we were supposed to get an additional, what was it, 16,000 new yen on our previous run, but
Yeah.
we kind of screwed the pooch on that one.
Let's not talk about that.
It was more than that. Because if you'd also succeeded on Miss J's mission, it was like another 26,000.
Right, that's true.
yen.
I just remembered it was another 10,000 on top of that.
Yeah, I know. And, our retainer isn't with the Draco Foundation isn't really enough to, keep us flush.
I mean, I don't know how much you guys paid to buy my ticket to get here, but I'm guessing it was a lot.
It's
So,
worth it.
in short, we need the money. And to be honest, our reputation in the Seattle Metroplex isn't great right now. We botched that job really bad.
Wait,
So-
they're talking about that?
Everyone talks about us.
I've been away.
Or
Well,
in fact,
it's so I'm
You
part of
infect
this.
it up. That's the new catchphrase.
God.
Everyone's
When
like,
I
go infect it up.
when I go to the Rapid Rabbit, you know what I hear?
I don't want to know what
You
hear.
infect it up. It hurts.
Yeah, I'm part of this monthly
And then-
get-together for
Until
faces.
then, MFEC was... And just until then, MFEC was such a badge of honor. When
I know.
people would hear
They were
say, you
infecting
really
awesome."
infect that.
Adequate,
wouldn't mean it
but
went
with
well.
a capital A, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not been that long since we plausibly, deniably took down Brackhaven. And
I know.
already they've forgotten.
I know.
Yeah.
But I'm just
I
saying.
stole a Bentley, and nobody even figured
You
that
stole
out.
a
You stole a Bentley?
Miss
Oh.
J figured.
Well, here's the thing: the O'Neill family has a lot of money, so if we want to be paid, we'll probably be paid.
Just.
If you want to be popular among fancy elves while eats crumpets and tea, which frankly I approve of,
I know you
hear
do.
a cough from outside of the room.
I'm pretty... just so you guys know, though, I'm pretty hampered right now. None of you have mentioned that I don't have my braids in my beard.
I can't tell the difference between braids and knots.
Well, the beads I use for my braids are fetishes for my magic.
Oh,
and
really?
You would know that if you ever took an interest.
you're going to rehab, aren't you?
It's not rehab,
I knew you was
strictly
going to get
speaking.
addicted to them all the foci
Wait.
you had.
I did not get addicted.
What? Sit
Oh, I
down.
knew this happens to mages all
Are
the
you
time.
doing a cleanse?
We all need to sit down. Is there 4 chairs?
Fang-
There's a bed and 2 chairs.
Fang tells Mordecai to sit down, so he scrambles to try to get up on the bed. He has to reach up, lift his leg up.
How tall do you think these beds are?
Look, this is the magical land of Shirnanog, right?
Normally
Where
I
things
levitate. It's
don't
easier.
follow the normal rules, so I say we just try to do it, wing it, and maybe it'll work out for once.
Or we'll fuck it up. Should I go see about and talk money with her? We want to do this, yeah?
Look, I feel like maybe if I do this one last thing, I can leave this whole place behind. I'm not doing it because I have feelings. I'm doing it because I need to close down the feelings I used to have. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, probably.
I'll go.
She was a pretty hot elven.
She was the hottest girl we've seen in 2 runs.
She doesn't have any cybernetic things at all that do any of the fun things yours do.
Okay, I'm gonna go talk to her about money.
So you'll head down and negotiate, and she'll eventually come to. She'll probably buy you around 20,000 new yen each.
Agreed. Separate from that, I would like a payment for Cromwell's incurred travel expenses when he was thrown into the water and kicked out of your land.
You're asking. Oh dear, he did not train you, right? I'm assuming he definitely did not. How about we don't let anybody know that you are here, and I'll cover your plane flights as well.
That's all I can.
Oh, it's been a long time since I've worked with a family. All right. Touche, lady. Touche.
Did she have a ring on?
No.
Oh, thank goodness.
I come back in the room, and I say, so we're gonna have 20 grand in payment. It's fine. You have to
20
assume-
grand each?
Yes.
Mordecai just starts spinning on the floor, Three Stooges style.
I told you, elves are flush.
Is there another cough from outside?
I mean, you see the fucking manner that they're living in.
While we're here, I think it's important to remember that there are cameras and listening devices everywhere.
Mordecai stops whooping.
And that we should probably wrap this up in a timely manner.
And I send a text I send a comm message to the two of you that is like, we cannot overstay our welcome here. That lady is a bitch.
Can I? I mean, I hate her.
There's a
I
knock on the
it
door.
out loud.
And Bronwyn will be there, along with a couple of guards, and she'll.
She came up to see us.
So, if you're choosing to take the mission or the job, then we should probably get going now.
Wait, we?
Oh, you're going.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we can do that.
There's nothing wrong with that. We can.
You're
as
bait.
Old friends.
Wait, what?
You're bait.
No,
She's
you're.
looking at Cromwell.
Can you?
All
He
right.
needs to know that I'm there, and he needs to know that you're the reason you're a risk for me. There's no point trying to be quiet about it. He's detected anyone who's tried to capture him.
Look, I'm good at being bait. That used to be my role on my old running teams. I'm big and easy to see, and people don't usually forget me.
Well, if there's one thing this mage won't have accounted for, it's MMFEC.
No.
And
Oh,
he won't
you're
be expecting.
Oh dear.
Yes.
We're missing an
We
M,
are-
but we're definitely in front.
Right, that's
We're
why I
MMFEC.
didn't figure that out right away. Right.
And you didn't let us do introductions.
No.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Well, don't infect this up.
How do you know about that?
Oh, well, there's this monthly meeting of the faces, and we get together and
We have a lot of information in the O'Neill family.
Can I ask? Can I see you for a second without these guys? I
I'd
don't.
like to step into the hallway.
I won't stab you.
I don't think you can. Not without getting murdered in the
Yeah,
house. I
that's-
guarantee we definitely have a place to bury the bodies.
Please fight.
I really can't infect this up.
Steps out into the hallway. I can tell there's something between you and Cromwell. I'm not trying to get in the way.
I don't believe you. He's fantastic.
What we had ended 20 years ago when he left. And there's only a few things that are tying us together now.
Forgive me if I can't believe you. However, there's another reason we came here, which we haven't asked about yet. We haven't been bold enough for it. You and Cromwell,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Do you have? Is it his kid?
One of them.
Why didn't you tell him?
He doesn't need to know. He shouldn't have left.
He came back. I'm glad he didn't. I mean, I'm glad you kicked him out because, that's not fair.
Was it fair what he did to me? Life's not fair.
Can we make it fair? If we get this done,
If he asks, I'll tell him. But he has to be brave enough to ask. They don't know.
can I punch you in the face once?
No. I know you really want to.
I'm tired.
Be careful. All of you are very connected, and if that mage gets his hands on any one of you, I have no idea what will happen. But it's not going to be good.
Well, just gotta make sure that we play it right. And we're gonna be fucking awesome.
So I've been told. You're mostly adequate.
You definitely talked to Miss J.
Who?
That's supposed to be-
Right.
Come back in.
What'd you talk about?
We've decided this is going to work out.
No, you didn't. What was it about?
So, if you need some extra gear, feel free to take a look. We don't have anything quite up to your specifications, but we've got rations and... Well, you might want to dress for the weather. It's a little grey out there, because we're going to be hiking out to the moors. Whenever you're ready, meet me downstairs.
What time is it?
You probably got in the morning.
Okay.
Time differences means you arrive in the morning, you fly overnight.
All right.
Wait, we all get to do costume changes?
Yes.
Mordecai brought his poncho, so he wears that. What?
I really want an exciting costume change. Like, I would love it if you wore a kilt.
That's Scotland.
My ignorance is showing.
I really hope Fang goes and asks for a kilt.
Kilts don't work for Fang.
Cromwell appears and he's wearing a it is a sort of terry cloth suit, like a hunting jacket.
Oh.
Terry cloth?
Because I was like, that's a towel.
That's
Not,
some towels.
not terry
it's
cloth.
made out.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Tweed?
The tweed. Thank
Tweed,
you.
yeah.
He's not Mordecai.
As your like,
Costumer fiance.
yeah, I'm oddly embarrassed in this moment. I'm
You should
like,
be. You should be.
I knew what I meant.
No, we talk about tweed
It's
all
a
the
tweed
time,
hunting
Tony.
jacket.
That's a regular conversation here.
Actually,
It's a tweed hunting jacket and a pipe.
Nice.
Hype hasn't come back for a while.
oh,
Good.
are we go? Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
doing
if
this.
anyone else wants to, like, they'll provide you some basic stuff, like if you need some ammo or and stuff like that. But they don't have grenades for a grenade launcher.
I
But they do have bullets for your shotgun.
Okay, because
I don't have a grenade launcher, so there you go.
They
I have
won't
a
give you
rocket launcher.
guns, but they'll give you some basics.
Am I allowed to bring? Was I allowed to bring my weapons over the plane?
I'm sure you found a way to sneak them in.
Great, I am.
If you have
Check
licenses,
them.
then you can check
Maybe not
them.
grenades, but you can check.
Yeah, I don't.
Non-explosive.
I feel oddly uncomfortable taking their bullets. Like they're gonna blow up in my face.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't take any of their.
When you're
gear.
ready at about like 3 p.m.,
Yeah.
1500 hours, they'll meet you outside, and this time they've got like a Land Rover, right? It's like clearly designed for off-roading.
Oh, I get a big scarf. Just
And so Bronwyn will be there. Good, just a big scarf. And she's like suited up. She's got like her Wellington boots, but they're like durable Wellington boots with like gripping soles. Like, just, backpack with. She's got a large bow on her back with a quiver of arrows of various kinds, and then a blade at her side. It's not technically a katana. It looks more like Celtic.
Oh.
the
It
kilt
is
on.
very, very sharp. And like a hunting
The
knife at her
Celtic
side.
thin blade.
The Celtic thin blade, yes.
Oh, that's more catchy, I guess.
Yes.
I don't know. I like.
And
katana.
she's got with her one other guard. She's gonna bring with her.
Is it one of those
So-
boy band?
Well, it's gonna be her driver. Yeah, it's one of the Fomori.
So can we go over the plan again?
Yeah, we're going to risk, the person that we came here for as bait to be able to save this person
Right,
who
but
couldn't
more,
finish the
more
job.
specifically.
Oh my god.
Locate this mage who's living out on the moors and apprehend him.
Exactly.
I assume the family will want to bring him back for.
We would
question.
like him alive. That's somewhat important, given the McMorrow family will close to launch war, the equivalent of the Danum War. If we were to kill him. We need to be able to prove that he was doing this magic.
And when the Dane and Moor wage war against each other, it isn't limited to Shir Nanog. It tends to take over the entire array of cities what they occupy.
Yeah.
The Metroplex?
We're not about spirits.
Oh, there's
East Coast
certainly
cities,
O'Neill's
too.
there.
Fair amount of transplants. So,
Do we have a way to find him?
we have a rough area that we know he's been in, and we know he's got various detection spells up that should make it fairly clear that we're there. So the plan is for us to drive in to the area. We'll drop you off, and then the two of us will make our presence known. We're going to stay in the vehicle. But then that way, he'll be able to tell that you're in the area and I'm there as well. We know there's a limited range on his magic, which is why we've sent my children away, as well as other important individuals that he has suggested he's going to clearly target.
Mordecai, with since you're on your like deep magic cleanse, what are you
It's an asceticism, but yes.
What are you able to do?
Well, I can still pull out some of my spells in a pinch, just not the ones that I rely on my beads for. And I can still astrally project, and I can still sense. But
like you can't summon Sharky.
Sharky won't come while I'm doing this. He thinks it's hilarious, by the way.
I imagine so.
You know that laugh that the dog has in
From Duck Hunt.
Yeah.
that's what Sharky's doing constantly on the astral plane.
That
Every
is-
time you try and get on a piece of furniture.
Yeah. He thinks this whole thing is a big joke, but whatever.
I'm glad you did kill
Sharks.
yourself.
That's him right now.
The laugh.
That's it.
No, it's the from it's not the it's the one with the race cars, the racers, speed. It's the cartoon.
Speed racer?
Thank you. You know the one I'm talking about.
Speed race? No, that's a gorilla.
The dog that goes like.
Yeah, that was the duck hunt. That was the duck hunt laugh.
The point is
Sharky's-
Sharky is being a kind of a dick. So
He's not.
That laugh.
that was
That
also
one.
him.
That's Sharky.
He goes through the various generations of consoles.
So I'll go out there. We bait. We try not to get mind controlled or have other people get mind controlled.
Are you wearing your armor?
Yes, I'm not wearing my chameleon suit this time.
Okay.
This is the same armor. Secret. I'll just have a tailor use that spell. What changes the look?
Mordecai, can you put anything on Cromwell that will make him better?
Well, I mean, Lord knows I've tried to fix him in the past, but he seems pretty bullheaded about most of his decisions.
Well,
Oh, you were
bullet-
asking about a spell.
Bullet
Yeah.
is good if I'm gonna be controlled by magic. But all of us are susceptible, right?
Oh no.
I don't know that there's anything I can do as far as magical control over you and your resistance over that. However, I will. Anyone I see, anyone that stays in my line of sight, I can help you defend against magical attack.
Don't think you're immune, Mordecai. I know you care about the lot of us, or at least some of us.
I care about you. I'm just not stupid about how I go about showing it.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
I assume at this point you're in the car.
You're driving.
You're
This is how
driving.
you drive. I'm gonna drive.
Bronwyn is in the passenger seat.
You're...
The Fomori, she's driving the vehicle.
So you're probably married to what, like an elf lord now or something, right?
No.
All right.
A female elf lord?
I'm not married. She holds up her hand and there's nothing on her fingers.
But, do you have a significant other? Like, do you have, like, a special, like...
Are you asking if I'm dating anyone?
Well, I'm trying to understand your family a little bit better and, like, if there's
I feel like you, of all of the people in this car, probably understand my family the most.
Hey, I just thought of something. Back when we were in that big fancy room, you guys were talking about the kids that you had, and wasn't Cromwell going out with you, like, way back then? What if one of your kids was actually from Cromwell? Wouldn't that be something?
Certainly would.
It would be insane.
So the trees are nice. I missed them.
So at some point you kind of driving through the countryside. It probably takes you about an hour or so, and you end up in one of the other counties.
Hurts.
No longer in the Ulster County, and so they'll kind of warn you, like, you are not directly under the protection of the O'Neill family anymore here. This is MacMora territory. I actually didn't double check, so someone's probably going to tell me I'm wrong, that the MacMora family is not in a county next door. Whatever, Ireland's small. You can definitely get there in a drive.
They just reclaimed it
Yeah,
like
just
2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Shifting things in the future.
So, the rolling hills are in front of you. The sky is overcast and gray. There's a light drizzle. It's still early spring, so like the sun's gonna set at 4 p.m. It's more like 7.
So I'll need to go out and make it clear to everybody what I'm connected to you.
So the plan is we're fairly certain we're within the area. We've been searching this place before. He likely has some sort of magical lodge here. If you can either get to that lodge and disrupt it somehow, that would probably weaken him pretty significantly.
MMFEC is good at disrupting.
Alternatively, if you can just straight up knock him out. He has had in the past either a few people working with him as well as there's not really wolves on the moor. Just be careful.
Any problem with us causing the lodge some destruction?
No, not at all.
Great.
That's what I meant by disrupting the lodge.
I mean, I could go looking for it on the astral plane, but I don't know what this guy's astral signature is like, and there's lots of awakened folk around here, and so I don't know.
It would
Okay.
likely be
There's any way.
difficult. So we also know that he's got enough detection up here centered around that lodge that he's been able to find any groups of people that have been after him, and he's either attacked them directly or had them leave the area under influence. So the hope is that we're going to make my presence known here, as well as the presence of an individual I'm directly connected to. He might try to attack me directly, but he doesn't tend to go that route. He knows if I stay far enough away from him, he'll have to use someone else to get to me. He also wants to see me suffer.
See what?
He wants to know that I'm suffering.
Oh, suffer.
Yes.
So just attacking me directly doesn't get him what he wants.
Why does he want you to suffer?
Because I put him in this position. I was the one that led the charge against him.
No, I
So
actually
just straight up revenge.
No, I totally get that. Like, this is the first time I understand.
What if this Macklemore guy went out with her 20 years ago as well, and one of her
There's
kids
no
is
relation
from...
between me and him, or he would be able to directly affect me through himself.
Well, you'd have to spell himself.
It's complicated, but yes.
That's a good point.
So we've got to go to the moor. We've got to look out for the ounds of the Mackmores, and we've got to find a lodge.
And you guys, are we going? Here's the big question: are you guys going to go as the bait plan, or are we going to go with the just searching plan? Or are we going to do both?
I suggest you go search for him. He'll likely come for you.
All right.
So, and she points to like, there's kind of a hill. She's like, this should be far enough away that he'll come for you instead of for me. And then she pulls out her bow. She's like, and I'll be ready. Just in
So
case.
do you want us to go up the hill, or do you want to be dropped
Oh,
off?
we'll be on the hill. We're dropping you off here. And she like screeches the door to a stop, opens the door, like unceremoniously dumps you out onto the road.
Oh.
How stupid is this person? Like, are they? This seems like a pretty obvious trap we're setting for them.
Stupid may not be the best description, but fairly singly purposed.
Oh, willing to take the risk.
Yeah.
Again.
Or believing
Cromwell.
or the other potential is believing, and she'll be like, they likely believe themselves to be powerful enough to stand up against you as a threat.
Well, they
Alright.
probably are.
Cromwell pulls out his bow. All right, the important thing is don't get eaten by a hound or get sucked into any quicksand in the moors.
There's quicksand in the wars.
Mordecai reaches for his reagents and realizes that he left them in Seattle, so he doesn't have them.
So you
We
get dumped out
pushed
on the
out
road.
the
the car drives up, and you can kind of see it turn around into distance, and then eventually you see it in the distance. It kind of stops at like the turning in the road. Between you and the moors, just because I find this funny, there's an old stone wall on the side of the road. Between you and the direction that you're planning on going.
Just like blocking us?
Yeah, you just have to get over it.
How tall is it?
Probably like 1.5 meters tall.
Oh, I can jump that. Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
It's just a stone wall. It's just a very simple climb.
Do
I-
For Cromwell, he can almost just step over the wall.
I would
I
like
don't
to
see any
sense.
problem.
I sense something.
I am still astrally perceiving,
Yeah,
and I
the
would like
wall
to
is
sense.
a totally normal wall. I just find it funny because Mordecai can't levitate right now.
Oh, he can if he has to.
Does he have to levitate to get over this wall? It's a normal stone wall. There is nothing about this wall that is magical in any capacity.
Dude, we will help you up this wall.
I don't need your help.
here
I
we
can
go.
climb the wall. How hard could it be to climb a friggin' wall?
I don't know. I mean, you have trouble with the couch.
Remember the time with the fence?
Back in the mansion.
There was
wasn't
no
there.
fence.
There was a fence, guys.
Can you guys jump over the wall and then I will talk?
Yeah, I assume you have
Cromwell
zero
just vaults
issues. Yeah,
the wall.
Cromwell literally steps over it.
Mordecai climbs over the wall.
We need to talk
Give
about
me a gymnastics.
If you don't get on the wall, we gotta have a conversation on this side.
One hit.
You do have thumper dice.
Mordecai eventually gets over the wall.
What's that huffing noise on the other side? Is there a moorwolf over there?
He kind of wheezes and scrambles. Like it's his like
It's a dwarf
eventually
wishing
like
he was more.
belly flops on the top of the wall and rolls over and like lands on his feet, but he gets over the wall.
I don't know why you didn't ask for help.
I don't need help. This is my ordeal, my asceticism.
This is your wall.
All right. Hey, you know what? We
You're
get
on the moors.
a lot of attention is wolf noises.
I mean, I did bring it. Are we really doing this?
Do it.
Why not? Keep your weapons out.
All
We
right.
might attract real wolves.
I get my sniper rifle out of the yoga bag looking.
I spit on the wall.
I reached to my two swords. One of them is normal looking, but it's got really cool danglies and like, it's pretty. The other one is very built for combat. And just she pulls it out. She goes, oh. It also glows slightly, so in the darkness of the shadows of the moor, it lights up the faces around them.
I can never tell her.
What?
Nothing.
They say there's an especially big wolf out here, the actual Hound of the Macmore. A fearsome beast which roams the night, hunts down anyone once caught drunk and helpless.
Well,
So you make your way through the moors. The howling of the wolf blade falling behind you. Everybody just kind of give me a base perception. Either astral or physical, whatever you're going to prefer, or both. 3.
Oh yeah, I remember how to do that. Oh,
Perception. I think it asks for the most.
2. Yeah, but I'm not in my right place
3.
right now.
Astral.
Both of you are doing astral. Okay. So there's definitely a feeling here of kind of like heightened astral presence. Like it's not quite a background count, although it probably should be to some extent. But I'm feeling nice because you're being aestheticist.
yes, I am.
You kind of have to slough through, and like the magic has a different feel to it. You can pinpoint a couple of living things that are out on the moor, but you can't necessarily identify any of them from the distance you're at as being human as opposed to just animal or living. But they're definitely dual-natured things or astral entities. As you progress kind of further in, the ground gets less smooth and rougher. Visually, you guys don't see anything in particular. Like it's a fairly big distance that they asked you to cover. The theory was if they think it's where it is, it's probably at least a kilometer range, like circular range around the lodge that would have the detections on it. So her plan is to be kind of right at the edge of that range, so he knows that she's there, and then send you in. And like when you're there, she'll basically be distance back up because she's eagle-eyed. So as you kind of continue wandering through, the lucky charm. Sorry, everyone's got distracted all at once. So you. Yeah.
Do you want us to keep walking?
You continue
Can I be
walking.
obnoxious
Sure. Is there
Great.
anything in particular besides just like swinging the
Can
wolf
you
blade
or
around?
will
that
you?
you're
No, I
gonna
will
do?
definitely be obnoxious.
Yeah.
And I assume, have we connected Bronwyn into our comms?
Your choice.
Probably not then. I'm gonna be like,
She would probably have asked for or like offered to at least.
I'm
to
sure we can communicate.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
send her messages.
hate your guts, but it's cool. We're not betraying you. And then I'm gonna yell out loud, Macklemore, we have Cromwell. Can you get rid of Bronwyn? But not kill Cromwell. Just gonna yell at as loud as I can.
Please do. So give me a performance.
Do I have to?
Or
We're
intimidate. Like, what are
performing
you
just
trying to
now.
do?
I think I want to
to like yell at. We've got Cromwell. Use him to destroy Bronwyn.
I think it would have to be performance
Like
then.
this is a long shot, like
Yeah.
on the moor, have the sound
You're yelling,
of her
like, on
yelling,
top of
echoing
it.
off mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna use Thumpers. Yeah, great.
Can I assist by slow clapping?
Yes, you can.
I'm gonna,
Don't roll any dice. You're just making me feel better.
I'm gonna use 3 Thumper dice because I would like to not fail at this. Oh, and I get 1 dice because my charisma is 2 now.
Yes, that's right.
Thanks,
You
Thumpers.
do.
Okay. So, based on my original dice, I definitely glitched,
Okay.
but it also got 1 hit.
So
So,
your glitch means that your message to Bronwyn never sent.
oh, great.
So you just yelled this out across the moors that we have Cromwell, and you can use him to hurt Bronwyn.
Good. It's going great.
Good job.
Yeah.
Slow clapping.
And you hear the echoes reverberating
Not
across the mountains.
No, just slowly.
Really mountains. You hear, in response, perhaps, or just because you hear it, the sound of howling that is clearly not from your wolf blade. Mixes in.
It's the hound of the Mackmore. Or it might just be wolves.
Are they like escorting wolves, or are they like, we're gonna murder you wolves?
Murder wolves.
Probably murder wolves.
Is there a tree nearby for me to get into?
No, not really. It's
dang it.
mostly just like outcroppings and stuff. You could certainly try and get
Is there
high
an old
ground.
wall that I can throw them on?
Yeah,
Why
there's
would you
probably
do
some
that?
I'm gonna
nice
throw them up
old
on the wall.
rocks. So
The
you-
last time we fought wolves, you had to be up.
So
I
you
got you up.
You throw him up.
That wasn't me.
Yeah, it was. You definitely got into a tree at one
I'm
point.
gonna-
No,
You
that was
and
definitely
Mainframe.
I'm gonna
Mainframe.
start looking for
you sure?
wolves. There used to be normal wolves out here,
How
but
can you
these wolves
confuse
ate
us?
them.
She's so
Yes,
tall.
they did. So you kind of like fog is rolling in. Your visibility is definitely reduced because we're going as atmospheric as we can. So that through the fog, everyone can just give me a regular perception. Actually, you two who are looking astrally can definitely see slinking through the fog are dual-natured creatures. They seem similar to some you've seen before, like Barghast or Hellhounds, but not quite the same. Like clearly, these are Irish wolves. So,
We've got some magical beasties.
2. If I see one that's definitely a wolf, I'm shooting at it.
yeah.
I glitched. I critically glitched.
You are trying to pick up Mordecai, and you are
And I won't
completely
let you.
distracted. You're able to get.
I put
actually,
that weight.
I just love you and I want to protect you and I
What
know
are you
you
doing?
think you can see something moving through the woods. You also notice that there's one that you're not quite sure about. It seems like an astral signature of not a person, like it's not dual natured. It looks like something that's just astral. And there are about there are 4 of these creatures approaching you.
Of the ones I can't identify, or the
No,
things?
of the ones that you can.
Oh, yeah.
You've identified as dual natured creatures.
There's something else out there that looks
And
all
they
weird
are-
and spirit-like.
clearly surrounding you and getting closer.
I'm just
I
picking
kind
it
of
up.
see something in the woods, I think.
I think we
Do you take
made
the
a-
shot?
Yes.
Okay.
I think we may have made a terrible mistake.
Nah, we're fucking awesome. Get in this tree.
I'm not getting in the tree.
I'm-
You're thinking of Mainframe 3.
No, I'm just saying. Like, you know how you were like, I gotta protect myself before others? Well, I am doing the opposite.
What's the distance?
You're probably 25 meters away at this point.
25? Alright, then, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits, which is abnormally good.
Your net hits are 3.
The hits are 3, then it does, that's 15 with -3 armor piercing with an arrow.
Okay. I don't think they could even resist that. Maybe. 15?
Yeah.
All right. You hear a thunk as the arrow lands like in the shoulder of one of these creatures. It howls out and growls as it starts limping forward. You can kind of smell the blood that's dripping from the wound. It's pretty wounded, but it's not quite finished. Anyone else gonna take an action?
I'll take a shot.
Yeah.
Any of the wolves.
You're gonna take a -2 penalty to your shot because of the fog.
Okay.
Mists. The mists of the moors.
Oh,
Sure.
you got this.
Yeah.
I'm-
just like.
I'm just
You're
gonna make
still
sure.
trying to get
I'm
him.
going to get him in that tree.
It's like a scraggly scrub brush. Like it's
Oh,
barely
sorry, it's a
like
wall.
it's like a meter. Oh yeah, there's
Yeah.
like,
and
and then there's like a slight tree growing out of these like.
Fang,
I'm gonna add 4 thumper dice to negate the
Great.
penalty.
Fang, stop trying to pick
No.
me up.
no,
Fine. I cast levitate on Fang.
you're not helping.
This is definitely not an emergency.
She won't leave me. She won't.
I'm protecting you. Let me do my job.
I'll see how many hits.
Do you want to resist the
8.
levitate?
Your net hits are 4.
It's your
Great.
strength plus body.
So, so that's going to be, sorry, you said my net hits are 4? Great, so that's going to be 19 cold damage, armor piercing -6.
Don't.
I failed to levitate
Uh,
Fang.
Good. So you take a clean shot, and even through the fog, like you line it up. Your scope marks out this large creature's head. It's like the creature almost has like kind of greenish tinge to its fur that seems to help it blend into the Emerald Isle. Its eyes are like this are piercing yellow that stare at you through the fog, and you land a shot directly in through its skull, and you see the back of its brains blow out as it collapses onto the ground with
I feel bad
barely a
about
whimper.
Nice.
Its teeth kind of, you see this saliva that was dripping off of it. They're much larger and more muscular in the front. Kind of, and like sort of, they have like thick fur, but that does have this mottled greenish tone to it. And like really cute bushy tails.
Oh.
I'm glad we could go hunting on the moors, Elsie. This is what people in the UK do for fun.
The remaining 2 wolves that are unharmed see you two, who are clearly distracted.
I am going to take
and-
jump in front of anything that attacks.
Yeah, one of them is going to
How can you do that if you're trying to
bound
put me in a tree?
and leap and just attempt to go straight for your throat.
Great.
Ooh.
Great. I don't understand you.
I like my autonomy, thank you very much.
Yeah, being autonomous doesn't mean you have to sing every.
Nobody puts Mordecai in the tree.
I put Mordecai in the tree. I forgot.
You slink out of the way. The other one, you can't jump in front of both of them,
No,
so
I
this one's
can't.
gonna come from Mordecai. So go ahead and dodge.
We need mainframe between us.
I'm going to use 4 thumper dice as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits.
You also succeed in dodging. The wolf that you pierced with an arrow locks eyes with you, and it attempts to make you afeared. So go ahead and roll your willpower and I think it's intuition.
Willpower and intuition.
No, it's logic and willpower.
And this is
For-
power, not a
Yeah.
spell, right?
It's
Okay, so I
not a
can't do anything to prevent it.
I do not want to be mind controlled by a wolf, so I'm adding 3 thumper dice.
Lets out a low snarl.
4 hits.
4 hits. You just scrape past its intimidating presence. You're reminded that you can in fact murder it, and it like slinks a little bit closer to you. notice the astral signature, the other creature that you couldn't identify. What does it do?
Decides to leave.
It does. It definitely decides to leave. No.
Yes. Roll a willpower and intuition.
Serious?
And is
Oh,
this a
wait,
spell,
that's
or
actually
is
not
it-
that bad.
No. I'm
gonna-
letting her resist in a sensing,
Okay.
Oh,
essentially.
Yeah, that's.
you know what? Can I add 2 thumper dice as a like? I ain't afraid of no astral sense.
Yeah, you can add to it.
Oh, thank you, thumpers. You are doing amazing. 4.
Okay. That's all it does. You kind of
do
feel
I
like
feel
it's
things?
like you basically feel like the eye of Sauron turn to you, right? It's that like moment where like you get a shiver down your spine.
So, a wolf tried to.
It is
attack me
actively
right
trying
now.
to. It is like right next to you on the ground
I want
right
to
now.
punch it.
Great.
So I have my punch spell. I can still use without a fetish. 7 hits.
Net hits are 3.
So that's going to do what? Let me just adjust. So that's going to be 13 stun damage. I don't think they have armor, so, but it would be armor piercing minus 10.
13. This one it like reels back as you smack it across the jaw, and it collapses.
The
to
mana
the side.
flows over
Wait, it like
through
is
it.
down?
Yeah, it's unconscious. It's stun damage,
Yeah.
so it's not dead.
It's down.
Whimpers.
Thank you.
Why don't you let me protect? Can I like?
Yeah. The wolf that has the arrow in it, kind of seeing what is happening, is going to turn tail and run in the other direction. The one that is trained on you, what do you do? Thing.
I want to just try to stab my.
Try and stab
sword
it?
into it.
Yeah. Stab this wolf.
I mean, we're gonna see if I can. Like, that's the really, really good question.
Will wolf blade stab a wolf?
Yeah. Oh,
Will
yeah.
it?
It's its favorite.
It needs the taste of its
A
own
vampire
kind.
wolf blade.
It will make it stronger.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Net hits are 3.
Oh, wait. I think, sorry, my
Ireland?
The Morse.
apologies. My max is 7, so
Okay.
it's only 2.
Net hits are 2 then.
14 pierce. No. 13 piercing minus 3 damage or whatever armor, whatever. I stab it really good.
You do. In fact, you stab it well enough that it is on like it slices through, and it'll also limp back and try and turn tail and run. So you have scared off the wolves.
There's something else out there, though.
There is still the astral signature.
Cromwell he opens up the cupboard of his feelings, where he puts all his feelings he doesn't want to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
He reaches in the very back and he pulls out the Bronwyn box and he opens it up because he's got to try to get rid of these feelings before they're used against them.
Is that a literal cupboard? Or?
Yeah. That's a
Cromwell's
feelings
pretty
cupboard.
straightforward. I think he mentally actually pictures this as he does it. And whatever that thing is, he wants to start trying to kind of put that to rest because he has not dealt with it for 20 years.
You sense like the same thing that Fang did, that sort of feeling of like the shadow turn or an eye turning towards you. And you can also roll me a willpower and intuition as it turns its attention towards you.
It's like a mix of like old desire and anger and resentment, but also like there was genuine love. It's just all mixed together in a little ball. He rolls a 4.
Okay. The form seems like you also get that like shiver down your spine, and it kind of settles into the base of your stomach as like this sense of anxiety as all of these like feelings are welling up. I don't know, what's Cromwell's like emotional resistance? Like how
Oh.
like
What
what
is
is
that? Willpower,
like letting
intuition?
out all of these?
Is that
No,
composure?
I'm just curious. Like you've just said, you are basically taking all of your coping skill, like all of them, and stripping them away, and like opening Cromwell up to this like past of emotional trauma. Like, what does he do?
He tries to take all that, like you're 20 and you're drunk and you text your ex feelings and apply where he is like now in his life, which is like he's got Elsie and Fang and like the city of Seattle and everything he's dealt with it, which is more responsibility. And he tries to just like, for once in his life, like let himself feel that feeling and then like let it out. And I think he just yells whatever comes to mind, which is probably Bronwyn! Unexplained anybody around him.
You see the astral figure. It's still kind of hard to tell. Like it's clearly humanoid. It's probably like any level of logic would dictate that this is probably a mage. Kind of reaches out. This is a spell, so you can cast counterspelling.
All right.
And is going to attempt to grip you and kind of take that emotion and all of those pieces that it is connected to, because you just showed it like this web of sympathy. And it is going to try and dominate that. So you can give me a willpower and intuition.
And as I see this happening, I'm like, he's taking his feelings out of his feelings cupboard. And I reach out protectively on the astral plane, and you get an extra 6 dice.
Nice. I will use them.
I am going to add 6 dice.
Well, great.
I will also then use 3 thumper dice to help him process this. He says, these are my feelings, and I've kept them long enough, you can't have them.
The thumpers gave us feelings dice.
Feelings!
5 hits.
Oh no. Can you not? Oh,
That's a lot of hits.
no, it's not. Don't extra.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, wow. Well, let's just put it this way. The 6 thumper dice I rolled, 4 of them were hits. Not including the rest of the dice that I rolled. So, you do not resist the spell. You don't, however, feel any effects of it beyond like that feelings box. It almost becomes maybe not calmer, but there's kind of a sense of like someone else is there with you. Like you are no longer alone in those feelings. There's maybe even a sense of comfort to it, but it's like an insidiousness. And I mean, to take the image, like something is reaching out along those lines, and each of you maybe feel like a slight tinge.
Did he
like
knock over some of his other feeling boxes?
No, it's just anyone you have a sympathetic connection to, anyone you care about.
Wait, anyone? Not just the filling box, it was in use?
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is everybody present.
So all the boxes just pop open?
And like back in Seattle, there's like 100 little kids on the street.
Doesn't have the range for that. It's only within a certain range of the person you cast the spell on. That's where the power of this magic is that it can also affect multiple people if he does it well enough.
This is why you shouldn't
and then
show your feelings.
The figure disappears.
Did anything happen?
No.
Did we feel anything?
Looking like you get the sense if you look astrally that there's like a line of energy connecting you now.
Wait, all 4 of us?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see that because I'm not astral.
Mordecai,
I see it.
I mean, are we vulnerable, or did he already cast a spell?
He cast some kind of spell on you, and now, I don't know, it's like one of those webs from those detective movies where they're trying to connect all the things on the bulletin board.
Bronwyn, are you alright?
What did you do? Sorry, what did you do?
Oh,
Watch my accent.
I opened up the feeling box, and something was cast on us, and there's
Well,
like
I
lines
suggest
between us.
You make that mage very unconscious before he uses whatever those connections are.
Can I check something? I'm gonna just take my sword and looking for a non-covered in blood one. I just want to do a quick like, ching. What happens?
Nothing.
To anybody?
Nope.
Oh, we're
You've
good.
got
hurts
metal
you.
arms.
Yeah. Yeah. No, Fang
I'll pick
figures
someone
out that
up.
she can poke herself.
Yeah.
Nothing happens. It hurts you.
That's fine. I'm assuming I don't have to roll resistance.
Do we see anything on the astral plane, like looking for this mage? Or?
You could do search. You'd have to keep
I'd
looking
like
for
to
it.
as well.
Yep.
3 hits.
4 hits.
While you're doing that, you can just about still see Bronwyn in the distance. Roll a dodge. You're actually in intuition.
Like a magic.
No, I think it's a regular.
Dodge is
Yeah, you
worth
can't
5
counterspell
hits.
this.
5 hits.
Wait. This is like an arrow dodge.
Yes, it's an arrow dodge.
No.
It's a strength, right?
I've we
Strength
no.
times 2.
What's that?
It's strength times 2. Plus net.
Strength times 2 with yeah.
Great. You need to resist 12 physical damage. Armor piercing minus 4.
Armor piercing what?
Minus 4.
Minus 4?
She's not that strong, but
12
she has
damage,
been
you said?
arrows. Yeah.
It hits Cromwell. It doesn't. I think the arrow sticks into his shoulder.
What the fuck?
I send Elf Lady a message over the comm that says, "Why are you shooting at him?"
You don't get a response.
All right. Yep. Can we move into like a?
Did it hurt at all? Did you feel
Yeah,
anything? Each of you feel like a thud.
Wait, I just tried that.
Like you don't take any pain, but you feel something.
Oh.
You feel like a bruise. Like there's.
But like, there's no bleeding. It's
no,
just like
there's no bleeding. There's no pain.
Where's the mage? Do we know where he is?
He was there last time, but he disappeared when he did whatever he did with more feelings.
Did we see anything when a sense thing?
You probably saw like as you look. Oh, for the search.
Yeah.
No. Yes, we'll come back to that. But you also
Okay.
noticed like there was like a trail, like the connections between you kind of blazed for a moment, and you see one reaching off into the distance.
Ugh. I really wish I could
is that
cast
the
a
direction
mana
the arrow
barrier
came
right
from?
now.
Yes.
I don't know if she's actually still mad at me or if she's being controlled or what, but it definitely came from
that's a test.
the
Do you need healing? Because I should give it to you right now if you do.
Oh, I could use a little.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you take damage?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
how
took
much
two,
damage?
I took 2 boxes of damage.
Everyone takes 2 boxes of damage.
That's
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't hear
Wait,
that
but-
part.
And I
Yeah.
did not go berserk.
I say to Fang, I'm gonna take her out.
No, I think that was a test. Because we all know that he can take way more damage than she can.
You
being a-
hear like a strained, garbled message now come over the comm. I didn't. Leave.
She's compromised.
What does that mean? Like,
He got her. Like, he's controlling her.
I'm like, while this is going on, I'm just going around and healing everyone real quick.
Heal.
then we need to keep running.
Everyone
We
you
need to
get.
find the mage.
Your boxes are healed.
Wrong. We know that is here. We've got to stop him before he keeps this up. If he's controlling her,
She can definitely murder us here. She's faster and she's probably better with us, and she's got a bow.
and she's good with it.
How far away is she? She's up on a hill.
She's probably like 50 meters or so away. Like she's taking some penalties to roll.
Okay. I can take her out from here. I can stay with Cromwell and shoot at her if you guys track down the mage.
Well, don't kill her.
No. I'm gonna stun her.
Can I
It's
see
gonna
her
hit
from
us too.
where
On
I
the
am?
astral plane?
Yeah, knocking her
Yeah.
out.
Well,
to the-
also, like,
Yeah,
can I
you
just
guys
see her?
you guys have line of sight on her. She has line of sight on you.
Does she have a spell on her?
Yes.
I want to try to dispel that. Counterspell it. It's -4 because I don't have my foci on me. I'm going to use my remaining 4 thumper dice. Because I'm not rolling very well. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits.
And it's against the force of the spell, so each of your hits reduce the force, correct?
I believe
kind of
so.
spell?
It's versus the spell force plus the caster's magic.
Okay.
the issue is if we take her down and it's all of us.
Your net hits are 0.
Great, but I still need to resist the drain from the
Force 4.
spells. Force 4. Okay, so
I
that
think we could grapple her and like tie her up.
We can also just keep something between.
Let's just keep.
I got my shield.
You hear the word duck. Duck.
I duck.
An arrow whizzes past over your shoulder and thunks into the ground.
I'm going to try again because I felt like my mojo was off. That's more like it.
Yeah, it is.
I'll,
1, 2, 3,
I'll pull my
4,
shield out and create
7, 8,
cover between us and her.
9 hits.
Yes, your net hits are 6. So,
Okay. Which that should make the spell go away entirely. I siphon
like,
the
a sigh of
mana
relief.
off of her and
He was
disperse
here.
it around me.
He was here.
You're you?
Yes. We must be
Physically?
right at the edge of the range. I either need to back up, but I think he'll go to ground then. And he might leave the area.
Can you guys see where he is?
I've been looking around.
So you're able to sense can kind of see a trail winding its way through the moors. You're able to follow it. He moved pretty far.
There's a trail.
about
We could all
half a kilometer.
follow it.
Can we destroy the lodge?
Let's go as fast as we can. Try to get him.
Okay.
I'm going to join you.
That's fair.
Well, should we wait for you? You're kind of far away.
Like you see it already. She was already like
Almost
huffing it.
already running
Yeah.
Which way?
But
toward the
okay.
Yeah.
trail.
So she'll meet up with you. She sprints.
Fang, can you carry me?
Yes.
All right. I go unconscious and I want to astrally project and see if I can find the lodge.
So as you follow the trail, you are able to make it to the lodge. You notice that there are it is obviously a Manaberry. You cannot get inside the lodge. You don't see a person
All right.
on the outside.
Back to my body.
There.
Found the lodge. Is that where? So the mage's trail led to the lodge. So I think the mage is actually in the lodge then.
Seems like a pretty likely scenario.
Found the lodge. Good chance that the mage is in there.
All right.
All right, let's go. Anything we need to worry about other than smashing the lodge?
Well, probably more wolves.
We got fools.
All right.
Whoa.
Let's run.
So you guys make your way, booking it across the moors. Takes you a few minutes, and you get there. I assume you don't just want to barrel to the lodge. You probably want to or do you?
You met us? Wait, do we have a plan?
Do you? Do you have a plan? She says, notching another arrow, pulling it.
Yeah,
back.
I got a plan. I can make a door.
What is that?
Don't kill him. Remember
No.
that part.
Sure.
Do you actually have we took a plane flight?
Yeah. Let me see.
Wait,
Probably were not able to bring your grenade launcher.
Probably not, because I don't have the right permit. It's not.
Right.
There's no
Actually,
permit,
good
I
point.
think.
Yeah.
That's a sniper rifle. How are you going to make a door with that?
No. Good point. I probably actually wouldn't have that, but I have. I think I can. I think I probably was
Do you
able to
continue
pack
astrally
grenades.
perceiving? Sorry.
I think I was
Oh, yeah.
probably able to pack smoke grenades.
Yeah, that's probably fine.
He probably knows where we are, given that he's got a spell on us.
Yeah. No, he knows where we are for sure.
So I think we just barrel at it.
There's a mana barrier around there that I gotta take down if I'm gonna get in there.
But we should split up, because if he hits us with a fireball, we all take each other's damage. Not good.
So far from what you can tell, it's only if you take damage, then everyone else takes damage. You notice Bronwyn is bleeding a little bit from right here.
Oh, in that case, I'll say I think I have to wait here. If
Yeah.
he hits me, you all take the damage. I can defend myself with my shield back here, and I can use my bow if anything comes out of the lodge.
Cromwell, do you have any grenades?
I'm guessing I was not able to bring them.
Not
and,
high fragmentation.
And they did not have grenades. So for once in my life, I'm afraid I don't.
I have smoke grenades.
Yeah, I was thinking something a little more forceful on the lodge would be useful, but
I'm pretty forceful with my bow if I take my time.
all right. So you're gonna hang back, Cromwell.
I will put my shield down, get behind it for partial cover.
Okay.
And I will start lining up a shot, which means I can take some time to
Take an aim action. Mhm.
Yeah.
Cromwell, Don't miss. And I put my hand on him and I cast Increase Agility.
Sharks and bears.
Sharks and bears, bears and sharks and sharks and bears and bears and sharks.
And your agility goes up by 4.
Nice.
And you take control of over the spell, so I don't have to, or are you able to?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I don't have any foci.
Going up a mage.
Is it a physical barrier or a mana barrier?
It's a ward, so it exists on both. It's
So I could start attacking it, but
It would still be a mana barrier, I think.
Yeah,
It's not a physical barrier.
yeah.
It's
Dual nature.
it's a dual-natured mana barrier.
so I can't physically. I could physically destroy part of it.
Only with a magical
Yeah.
Okay.
attack.
Yeah.
Right.
So you punch it with
But-
your fists if you wanted to.
Then, yeah. Do you guys have a way to take down the barrier?
I can punch it.
Okay. Then I do that. I just get my bow out and aim.
Okay, so you hang back a little bit, kind of on the edge. You sort of see the lodge is probably 15 meters or so away from you. Maybe you probably set up a little closer, maybe more like 30. You guys are kind of hanging back a little bit before you rush in.
What's the force of the lodge?
Force 10.
Force 10. I can probably take that down. Guess we'll see.
You see it ahead of you as you are looking out astrally. You also will notice that there seems to be a larger pack of wolves moving in,
Great.
and these ones seem to move with less feral intent. You will also see as you approach, it will materialize it's like a larger version of these wolves, and you recognize it as a beast of spirit that is likely controlling
The Owl of Macmore.
Hound of Macmore. Appears on the astral plane and howls, or appears on the physical plane and howls fiercely as the mage huddles inside his lodge. As the rest of you move forward, Bronwyn will kind of hang back, and she'll stand next to Cromwell and put a hand on his shoulder. Gets kind of close, and there's the moment of awkwardness of, I'm sorry to have dragged you into this.
Well, I'm sorry to not have dragged myself back sooner. I should have probably just tried to keep punching my way through the guards.
You also
20 years
could
ago.
have, sent a message or a call, like normal people do, Cromwell.
Oh, you know what I'm like.
I know. That's why I loved you, and why some part of me still does.
Right, well, we've got to put that part to rest, or we're both in a lot of trouble.
You should also know that I have a son.
Right.
That's, unless something very strange happened, is definitely yours.
Elf or troll?
He's an elf.
I have an elf son.
I didn't think you'd be desperately pleased to know that part.
Is he good in a fight?
That's one way to describe it. He definitely inherited your temper.
Oh, well, that's good then, I think.
Is it?
Well, I didn't have to raise him, I suppose.
No, you didn't. He doesn't know. But if you'd like him to, I will tell him. He knows he has a father, obviously. I didn't tell him who his father was.
Give him this. Cromwell pulls out the Paddington bear. It's even more beat up at this point. It's been burned in a couple of places. And he says, give this to him, all right? And
Right.
when you think it's time, you can tell him where I am. And if he wants anything to do with me, I'll be there.
All right.
And tell him to do it quickly, because, well, never mind.
Okay. She'll gently, gingerly take the bear and tuck it into her bag, and give Cromwell a peck on the cheek before turning with her bow, drawing it, and catching up with the rest of the group.
I feel like Cromwell has given that bear to a lot of people.
I gave it a Pip, but Pip gave it back.
Give it to mainframe. No, mainframe made a
Mainframe
fake
gave
bear.
him another bear.
Yeah, interim bear. Okay. So, this point in front of you, you see a small lodge. It's kind of made. It looks like it's a repurposed kind of stone ruin in the middle of the moors. Something probably left over from long before in the Fifth World. There is. The wolves seem to be kind of circling. Some of them coming. They seem to be closing in from mostly the opposite direction that you've been coming from. Your guess would be that there's at least 10 of them that are approaching. There is a large spirit perched, or guarding the front of the lodge and facing you.
How strong is the stone part of this lodge? Like, could we kick it over and then it's over? Or, like, does it need to, like, burn?
We would need to do significant damage to the... Like, you can't just knock down a door or anything like that to destroy it.
Cromwell's going to start picking off the wolves in the back.
Okay.
Is the spirit
Drawing attention
materialized?
to himself.
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, let's roll initiative.
Oh, no! Dun, dun, dun. Wait, I have edge.
You do.
Do I want to blitz or do I want to not get pulled into magic stuff later? Ugh, I should have blitzed. Oh, bad choices today.
Ugh.
I love it.
Okay.
Table up.
Cromwell.
29.
Oh, dead.
Elsie.
27.
Fang.
19.
Mordecai.
30.
Ugh, 30.
All right, Mordecai, you're up first.
I used my increased reflexes spell. All right, I'm gonna charge that beast spirit.
All right.
Hit him with a wappy slappy because it's pretty much all I've got.
Charge it. Charge it.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits.
And that's just a regular attack.
Yeah. Looking to make contact for the spell.
How many hits?
6.
Your net hits are 2.
So it'll do 12 stun damage, armor piercing minus 10, but it's a spirit, so it doesn't really care about armor piercing.
It does. No, so it's just 12 damage.
Yep.
Great. I mean, it kind of cares about armor. Except it's got to be hardened armor. I don't really.
It doesn't. This bypasses its.
Yeah.
So in fact, I think it's just the body that it resists with.
Probably. Okay. It takes a fair chunk of damage.
Sure.
All right. Next up is Cromwell.
Let's see. The beast would need a magical attack to do a lot of damage to it, so I'll just try to take out any wolves which are endangering the party. So I'll take a bow shot. I'm gonna assume I've had a couple of rounds to aim.
Yes. So you can add. I think it's +2 bonus.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits.
Your nets are 5.
5. That's gonna do a fair amount of damage.
Yeah.
That's 17 minus 3.
You take it out. So you take one of them out. So I said there were 10, so there's 9 left.
Thank you for raising my limit.
All right, Elsie.
I'm going to take aim at a wolf with my sniper rifle.
Okay.
I'm going to add 2 thumper dice because I want to hit. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Your nets are 5. Or sorry, 4.
4. So that's going to be 19 physical damage, armor piercing minus 6.
Yeah, you take out another one. 8 wolves.
Oof.
You see a form appear on the astral plane. It's clearly an astrally projecting mage that is going to fire a stun bolt. Power bolt.
If it's an astrally projecting mage, it can't affect the physical plane with spells.
He's dual-natured.
Dual-natured.
Yeah, but the astrally projecting mages can.
Can't attack anything even if it's dual-natured.
Oh yes, sorry, you're right.
Yeah, he's dual-natured, so I'm pretty sure I can attack him.
You're
He
right.
can't attack any of you guys.
Well, that's nice.
But he can affect astral things, and it has to be a mana spell. It can't be a physical
Yes.
spell. So I'm pretty sure stun bolt is a
Stun bolt is a mana
is a
spell.
mana spell.
Man, magic's hard.
It is.
Power
It's so
bolt,
hard.
right?
Power bolt is a physical spell. Stun bolt is a mana spell.
It's the one that does physical damage, but is a mana spell.
That does physical damage, but is a mana spell.
It's like
I'm not
death
sure.
touch.
Although if it's astral, it'll end up being stun damage anyway, right?
It doesn't matter. Whatever. He fires that spell.
Can we come up with a name for it?
Gordon
It's like the one
Weissman.
that's up from death touch, and I know like which section it's in. Doesn't matter.
So
Dodge.
No, this is one that you're
Oh.
just gonna roll a resistance on.
yes, but I can use my spell defense to assist him with it. So,
Okay.
but I
And
can
you're
only.
just gonna resist with your willpower.
So you can add 6 to that.
Oh, that's nice.
But then that's all I've got for the combat turn. It doesn't replenish until the next one.
Because it's just my hits that are the
Yeah.
damage. So 1, 2, 3. Can't take that many. So you need to, with your willpower, resist 8.
8.
damage.
I take 3 stun damage.
Oh.
I'll take 3.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I take.
Bronwyn like recoils and
Yeah.
is unhappy. Although she will go next because I totally forgot that she should be faster than that.
Friendship is great.
She's
Damn.
going to, in fact, take her action talking, and she had already talked, and she's going to yell out to Sean McMorrow that you are clearly, this is definitely a bluff, you are clearly outnumbered. It is time to come in for justice, to come to meet your justice. I don't know, I didn't have a proper speech planned. And then she's going to take a shot at one of the wolves and knock it down dead. Right. The spirit attacks you.
Of course.
Because you're there. So it's going to do that. And it is going to just use its natural weapon. And I'm going to add 2 thumper dice.
Oh, well, if you're going to add 2 thumper dice, I'm going to go full defense.
Okay.
I wasn't going to, but if you're...
You dropping your initiative by 10?
Yep. 7 hits.
You dodge.
Ha. You're not the first spirit I've had to send back to its metaplane.
Fang.
I would like to play some suppressive fire. There's a lot of people who are using like I assume we're all like standing together in a circle. I want to just like so the sword that's in my hand, I flip it and stab it into the ground.
Yes.
And then I pull out my gun and just go.
The wolves will hit the deck who are in the range.
I'm just
which
imagining
probably-
wolves like barrel rolling out of the way of
They're gonna do a really good job of being able to resist. It's 2.
2.
So if they, with their edge and reaction, get more than 2, then they will be able to move around.
They actually have edge.
Yeah.
And their reaction?
Reaction and edge. So
Yeah.
I rolled 2.
Yep, they are fine.
Yep.
They're
But
like,
they
"Ah!"
didn't seem afraid.
They are unafraid by your suppressive fire.
But it looked cool.
And now it is their turn, so one of them is going to like come from behind you.
Ah!
Because you're not laying down suppressive fire, and
Like
is
the
going
beast
to
style.
try and maul you. Another one is going to attempt to leap over your shield and
Okay.
attack you. And then we got one going for you and one going for you because I have enough of them. I have 8. And one goes for Bronwyn.
Cromwell, dodge, please.
Is my -1 affect my
Cromwell will
my-
go full defense.
If it's your dodge, yeah.
That makes
But
sense.
no, wait, oh, suck it, wolves. Can't hit this.
Can't hit this.
Can't hit this. Out of 12,
Okay,
I
so the
got
one
6.
against you, how many hits did you?
7 dodge.
You are fine. Elsie. Oh, sorry. Misty Fang. You're also fine. God, these wolves are terrible.
10.
It's not. I don't even think I could. Yeah, you're fine.
I got lucky.
5.
Oh, this one hits you. What? You need to resist.
Wait, that's bad. No.
No, this is Elsie has to resist.
I know, but then we all get it.
8 physical damage.
Oh.
3, 4.
Okay.
There's no armor piercing.
Okay. Let's see, where's my...
No berserk.
Oh, nice.
Jesus Christ. Cromwell, just run away.
Wait, why?
Because he's like our biggest liability
Sorry,
right
how many
now.
did you say?
You need to resist 8.
Oh,
Every
okay,
time he
great.
gets
I do
hit,
that.
It
Okay.
hurts all of us.
I
Yeah.
shrug it off.
Wait, if it hit, Elsie didn't hit.
You guys are fine.
Oh!
It's a one way. It's a one way. It's not a two
Now
way.
you see.
Yeah, I never
It's a
know.
web, right? Cromwell out to all of you.
Yeah, but
Because
if
he
you
has
shake
a
any
lot of
part-
emotions. He opened his whole, like, a lot of emotions.
Okay, now it makes sense.
We're gonna find something out on my turn.
Yep. All right.
Jesus
Next
Christ.
up is Bronwyn at the top of the initiative order. She's gonna take another shot at a wolf. So that's 4 of them down. I'm just gonna assume she can take it out and continue yelling at Sean. Fuck him a lot. And Elsie.
I cite another wolf.
Okay. We can more or less assume
I'm
she
going
take it
to
out.
add 2 thumper dice because it makes me shoot a little straighter. So 8.
Nats are 5.
Great. 20 physical damage,
It's
armor
dead.
piercing -6.
It's very dead. It does not roll that many dice to resist. All right. Ooh, the mage is feeling a little. But seeing that he has got the edge, the upper hand, he's going to try again from him, but he cannot roll as many dice.
Why?
And
He's got a lot of spells going on right now.
Oh.
You may or may not have gotten some drain. You're
However,
probably going to resist this. So resist with your willpower.
except
You don't get the
I do
I
not
don't
get
get
the
to-
bonus, but I still get my. Yeah. I'm gonna use 2 thumber dice just in case.
Ow.
4. I resist 4.
You resist. The spirit attacks you.
great. At least it won't hurt everyone else when it tries to clobber me. A lot of dice.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Misses.
Ah.
Fucking spirit is useless.
Easy, beastie.
Mordecai,
All right, I'm gonna take this wolf spirit out.
probably.
Wappy slappy time. Da, da, da. 1, 2,
Rolling
3,
pretty
4,
terrible.
5, 6, 7, 8
Except when I want to roll
hits.
Yeah, your net hits are 6.
Yeah, so 16 stun damage to him.
Yeah, that is enough. It is.
Did we skip a turn for me?
You use
Oh,
full
full
defense,
defense.
so you're lower in the initiative order.
Say hi to Sharky.
You notice as the spirit dissipates, you also hear Sharky go. It's like, I could have totally helped you with this. You're making
Yeah.
good choices, Mordecai.
Laugh it up, fish.
You notice that the wolves their posture seems to change. Like they still are snarling. There's a sense of aggressiveness, but they begin to like retreat, and there's like an appearance of confusion in their mind.
Oh. I have a plan.
You have a plan? Are you gonna alpha them?
I'm gonna alpha them.
Yes.
Yeah, but spirits can animal control. Like a couple of them are still clearly gonna fight in, but at least 3 of them may or may not turn tail. Fang.
I'm gonna alpha him. I'm gonna take my katana. I'm gonna swing it up through the air so that it's a loud oh, and I'm gonna try to posture instinctively.
Is animal handling a skill?
It is.
Would you like to add my
It's a charisma skill.
I would like you to roll animal handling.
Wait, I can't use my knife skill? Maybe
Nope.
my katana skill?
Nope.
Okay, fine.
I actually have animal.
I know you do, but I'm not you.
Yep. This is Fang trying to alpha.
I'm going to use all my thumper dice. Because
You know what? Because you're using the wolf blade, you can add 1 extra die.
Oh,
that's so
so
generous.
kind in the Lord.
I know.
I have to take that one out because I'm hurt, but so kind.
How many did you use? All your thumper dice?
Yeah, I got 0 hits, but because my animal handling is 0 and I got 1 glitch, I also critically glitch. That's the risk.
You make one of the wolves turn on you.
Okay.
And it is clearly like now it's just enraged. You also start a howl. So you just hear howling across the moors. All right.
Thought that was gonna work.
You guys, the beast spirit is what was controlling those wolves, so
That puts it at Cromwell's turn.
so we shouldn't have to worry about them right
Is
now.
the mage within charging distance for me?
On the astral plane, yeah.
Yeah. Then I'll stay dual natured. I think the best bet is to take the mage out. So
Yes.
Cromwell will just charge the mage. He's going to try something new. His killing hands turned into healing hands. But by healing hands, I mean he can punch his own damage into people with a newfound bear god ability.
Is that the opposite of what he could do before, where he could take on other people's wounds?
Yes.
Okay.
But he can only do it by dealing killing hands damage to somebody. And he can heal up to 2 of his own boxes with this ability.
Wait.
Killing? You're not gonna kill him though.
No,
No, because he would take it as stun damage.
He's astral. He's on the
astral
astral
right
plane.
now. Oh, nice.
So.
It would knock the mage unconscious in his body.
Which is genuinely what you want.
Right. I'm not gonna look deep into the rules to figure out if I can do this when he's on the
Don't
astral
care.
plane or not.
Don't care.
Just do it.
This is great. You're doing it.
Yep.
I like
It's a
it.
charge.
Allow it.
It is. Oh,
Really bummed.
thank you, Mordecai.
Your bum?
Okay.
9 hits.
You really
I
were.
think he just rolls his regular. I'm gonna add my 3 thumper dice.
I'm gonna add my 1 thumper dice.
Okay.
Still 9 hits. But thank you anyway, thumper.
Your net hits are 4.
That hits are 4. Then I definitely heal 2 points of damage.
Okay.
Does that
mean
heal?
we all heal 2
You
points?
all healed 2 points of damage.
Yes!
But is it into stuff? You gotta heal
I'm sorry,
stun?
that hits were 4.
What boxes do you heal? It'd be the same one. So you take it as this whatever you heal. Do you heal physical or stun?
That's physical.
Okay. So you can heal 2 physical.
We were stunned, not physical. Boo.
That is
Sorry.
16
That was almost
points
so cool.
of damage.
16 points of damage. Jeez. And I'm pretty sure
Which
on
is
the
stun, I guess. 'cause he's
astral plane it's just
He
stun. I don't.
soaks it with willpower.
Yeah. Yeah, is it just that? Sure. Let's just go with that.
That's for astral combat. It's
It's a little
soaked
weird
with
when you
willpower.
see attacked by something that's not astral. That is a terrible roll.
Oh no.
He goes back to his body, or he disappears on the astral plane, off the astral plane.
Does he die?
He's unconscious.
The wolves will dissipate, except the one that's going to attack you.
Are we gonna do our own?
Yeah,
Is it
yeah,
gonna-
we're rolling. This wolf is like, you started a howling.
I would like. There's no way. There's absolutely no way it's gonna hit right now. Like there's no way.
I assume, how many hits did you get?
7.
Yeah, you're fine. It dodges, and it decides, like, it skitters on the ground and then looks at you and it, like, slinks away. The wolves dissipate. The lodge is quiet. Bronwyn's like, fuck this. And pulls out a grenade and chucks it. Get down!
Wait, but
She was the one who.
but the guys.
I do get down.
I get down.
Yeah, we all get down.
I yell, I thought we weren't killing him!
A flashbang goes off.
Wait, does that hit
No,
all of them?
it's not a flashbang. She's basically just trying to take out the. It's not a high impact grenade. It's the mana barrier shakes,
Oh, you wanted that taken down?
and she like breaks some of the rocks. She's like, I'm just mad.
We'll punch our way through.
Great.
Yeah.
You get through the mana barrier, and inside there is an unconscious mage, who she will immediately attempt to apprehend, or immediately apprehend with your assistance.
I have zip ties. No, I have handcuffs. Whatever one they like.
And she has thoroughly destroyed the lodge. It's not destroyed enough that he died. He gets a little bruised. I don't know why I'm talking like this now. As chunks of rock landed on him, but he is alive. I just wanted to do that.
I
Thank
get you
you.
now.
So with that, you are rewarded with your 20,000 Nuyen, and your plane flights recovered. And
And they didn't get my lucky charms.
they didn't get your lucky charms.
Cromwell opens up his cupboard and he takes out the Bronwyn box and he just kind of puts it in the bottom where he puts away his past box. He takes a new box out that doesn't have a name on it, but it has elf ears, and he sets it on the shelf and he shuts the cupboard door.
they will allow you to stay the night at the manor and treat you fairly well, and I'd probably encourage you to leave quickly.
We will leave quickly.
Yeah, largely she just kind of pointedly says that to you. She's like, it's probably not the safest place for you to be.
I don't want to get thrown in the ocean again, so
She'll shake. It's a pleasure to meet all of you, and perhaps our paths will cross again in the future under less arduous circumstances. So thank you.
How is your clan in Boston doing with the lockdown?
Some of them are less locked down than others. There's a lucrative business in trafficking. So be careful.
it was nice to see you again, and I mean it.
Pleasure.
Can you take the ring off?
Yeah, they happily take the ring. They dispel it. And with
Nice.
that, MMFEC concludes their adventures in Ireland and finally gets paid.
We got paid!
Adequate.
I
Yes.
wanted to do tips because we have so many things to happen, and I ran over, and I'm gonna read fast. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey!
Hi, chat.
Hi, chat!
Hi, chat.
Y'all very
Chat.
nice.
All right. Tips. Our first one from William TW. Here are 5 dice from #NeoNet to help you all. Hope you feel better soon. I hope you'll be better soon, Cheryl. Cheryl is not well tonight. She's not disappeared. She's just
We miss
was
you.
very
We
ill, and we
do.
miss her a lot.
We
Except
argue when
apparently
you're not here.
not Fang.
I love Cheryl.
Okay. And Maker, a dice to Sharky's puppet, aka #Lauren. I'm the one honored to gift that stuff. #Shiawase.
Gosh.
I like gifts of me pretending to be animals because I look like an idiot. Osaka-shun, I really missed Mainframe, but I love MMFEC's new decker, Mordecai. Spelled with many numbers. 4 dice to #Mordecai.
Brick it.
Gaiaka, #Neonet donates for #Mordecai.
Thank you.
Nice.
And Paladin Hulk, #Cromwell has heart problems. Oh no! Good thing he gave his heart to Fang for safekeeping.
Oh.
Less than 3.
Thanks,
That's
Paladin
only
Hulk.
metaphorical, but
Yeah.
Or Danger Guy, #Fang punched that stupid elf witch repeatedly. She was a lovely person.
She was a lovely person. It doesn't matter. Fang still does not find her pleasant, but they are similar in a lot of ways.
KB Tibbs, #Lauren. I gotta admit, I was expecting the uncle to be named Jack O'Neill. Maybe next time. I didn't even think of it. Disappointed in
It's
myself.
Jack O'Neill.
Character from Stargate.
Ah.
Demolition 1. Hey, MMFEC, good luck while in the Emerald Isle. 1 lucky charm for #Cromwell. This is a great pre-birthday stream. Happy birthday, KB Tibbs.
Nice, thanks.
And,
Wait,
or
was
sorry, no, that was Demolition.
Yeah, I
Not
was like,
Demolition.
KB Tibbs.
Not
No.
KB Tibbs. I misread.
Oh.
Sharky, it's dangerous to go alone. Take these. #Mordecai.
thank you. Sharky's a jerk today, but still, I
Is it
appreciate the
KB
dice.
Tim's birthday or Demolition's birthday?
It's Demolitions. I got it wrong.
Happy
I got
birthday,
it wrong.
Demolition.
It's really
Happy
good.
birthday, Demolition.
Okay, guys, we have stuff to talk about. Let's get real here, chat.
Okay, are we leaning forward?
You guys need to be all excited. Even if
Yay!
We are.
That is
I'm-
the entire requirement. So, stuff that is going to be happening. I have some dates that are fun things. The first one is that March 29th is going to be the last Corp Wars actions. So we recommend you go bananas
B.
and also nuts.
A-N-A-N-A-S.
Go banana. Okay, no, just
This
go.
shit is banana.
All right, well, whatever. Because we are going to be launching a new metagame for many reasons. Some of those include Gordon Beisman. But mostly, before I get in too much trouble, mostly we are trying to create a new story or a new metagame that is more approachable for new players, as well as hopefully more engaging. We could be wrong. I don't know. It's under construction. So be nice.
It's like a webpage from the 90s.
Be nice, but
is.
tell us what you think.
That is
so
also true. We would like genuine feedback in a constructive manner of like why things are working or why things are not working is always helpful, rather than just this is terrible and then no explanation was less helpful. So one of the things that will be happening is that we are going to have new factions that are going, rather than the corporations, it's going to be something slightly different that will be encompassing larger concepts within the Shadowrun world. So people can hopefully find, I literally phrase this as the Harry Potter houses of Shadowrun. So hopefully people will find the place where they truly belong, and everyone can make a connection and feel like they've got a team that they
No
can be
Harry
on.
Potters were infringed upon in the making
No.
of this metagame.
No,
do not own Harry
zero.
Potter.
We do not own Harry Potter. This is more Barry Trotter.
Yeah.
So there will also be an increased variety of characters and entities in the Shadowrun world, so it's not just limited to corporations. And we're going to be kind of switching over to a more narrative and less tables for rolling for the metagame.
A little bit less.
Just fewer tables.
Less C-SPAN, more...
Yeah, less
CNN.
C-SPAN and more CNN.
I like, as an
More
adult, I'm
NASCAR.
starting to like CNN.
Which genuinely means more storytelling, both from you guys and your interactions with us. So some of the things that are going to happen is that the factions will be able to get involved both like they do now with MMFEC directly, as well as have implications on the world around us. Because the world, let's be real here, you corporations might think you have control, but it's the Shadowrunners that do. And it's the Shadowrunners that control this world by taking jobs and by doing jobs and succeeding at jobs, or by refusing them.
I thought we had no control.
You'd be surprised.
I would.
You would be surprised.
I would be very surprised.
Because at the end of the day, I would not be able to tell a story if it were not for Shadowrun.
To answer your questions, this show is not, like, we're not changing who
Not
we
this.
are.
This is the metagame. This is the stuff
This
that
is
happens
the background stuff.
in the Discord and behind the scenes when we tell stories about runs that MMFEC have gone in the interim, during the Corp News segment, all of those things. We're also going to make it a little bit more streamlined, so hopefully we can explain it in a few sentences rather than in a few pages. But stay tuned, because Rai is going to be up after this answering questions. So I'm just here to apparently massage things. I don't really know. Massage things? Whatever. And April 5th is the date that we're going to be launching the new metagame. So that is going to be a thing to look forward to. It'll be different. It'll be change. But I have faith in all of us to be able to find the awesomeness in this.
And we're excited for it.
Because we're not... I don't know. We're doing this because, I don't know, because it's going to be good. Because we're excited. Also, I do control everything. You're right. And I have set fire to something, and I am watching it burn. My dragon did. I have a dragon. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
So, we're going to switch over to Rai. He's going to answer your questions. I also suggest you post long questions if you have larger ones and they're like, what the heck is going on? We will be telling you more. This is just the basic stuff to let you know that in the next few weeks, big changes are coming to the Sixth World. It's going to be awesome.
Dun,
Pew, 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 pew.
dun,
Pew, pew, pew.
dun,
I technically do have all of the
dun,
dragons.
Should we go through who we are?
Yeah, let's do our sign off. What? Yeah, okay. I'm Lauren. I've been your GM.
I'm Tony at Tiny Beeman.
I'm Janine at Admiral Asma.
I'm Claudia at Jackie Dash, JAKIDASH. Wait, yeah, yes. Okay, ding.
Dan at Dan Poslins.
Good night.
Thank you guys.
Good night,
Bye.
guys.